Hello and welcome back to the Obviously Complicated Podcast. I am your host, as always, Dave Borowski, here with your co-hosts, Stevie Schaefer and Anthony Moan, with another banger where we talk and they probably make me cry laughing. Not shit-faced this time.
Yes. Anthony's gonna have fun this week because they're not belligerents. Just kidding, half kidding, you know.
It's just because we went and paused the pod to go do that, so I could go do that set, and then the fucking I had him a bit by the end, but I got lit early. The fucking guy right after me got yelled at by that lady.
Ugh, with the fake accent. Fucking faker, dude.
Yelled at by that plant.
Yeah.
That CIA plant.
Fucking tramp.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was just, I was not feeling great about my stand-up that night, so I put a couple away. Although I think it was mostly a jolly drunk. It wasn't like we were being shitheads.
No, not shitheads. It was just like hanging out with a sorority girl and a frat guy. And it was fun. And I don't hate
frat
that.
guy? Can I be the...
Frat, not fat.
No,
I thought you said...
he could be the sorority girl and I'll be the frat guy.
And I'll be the fat guy. Sorority girl, frat guy. What a trio, dude. You can't beat that.
Well,
You're
at least
you're hiding
cooked you
in a
dinner.
sweater, but you're
There was a nourishing meal.
You're like, he's getting worse. He's getting more depressed, this guy. No, I'm good.
Are we bad influence?
So at least we made you like a fantastic dinner before the pod.
Oh, it was terrific. I still had fun. I don't give a shit, dude. It was just funny to imagine. Like, picture, and obviously the viewers have seen it, but just picturing you doing an impression for like mad long, super drunk, and then a couple different times you guys like got mad at each other. It's like I'm letting the cat out of the bag. They all saw it. You know? I just feel like it needs to be addressed because it was really kind of funny to picture. Like, really picture that. It's like a Mad TV skit.
Yeah.
Is what it felt like, and that's fun. Because I don't know if the viewers know this, but we haven't known each other that long. It's been like, 6 months we've known each other for?
So something like that. Yeah, 6, 7.
So we're still learning about each other, and I think that's fun.
That's the first time I think you saw us like really shit-faced. Yeah.
We've all farted around each other, which is fun.
Yeah.
That's a big step.
Farting's good though. I feel like that's a beautiful moment.
That's a stepping stone for sure.
It's good stuff.
You know what I mean? You level up as soon as those turd particles leave your anus. You level up in the friendship.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. When you're comfortable to rip a couple, it's good times. And it's just I don't know. I think society's too weird about farts. Farts are just funny. They just should be accepted.
It's so natural, dude. Might as well be.
It's so fucking natural.
You might as well be grossed out by sneezes and coughs then too, right? Like they're all natural fucking things your body needs to do. Yeah.
Post-COVID, people are fucking weird about that.
Can you imagine if we had a fart spread pandemic?
That's a funny concept for a joke.
You have to wear masks just like on your butt. I don't know.
You have to wear extra underwear.
I didn't think that far.
Everybody has to wear thongs under their underwear. Under your natural underwear, you have to wear a thong.
Fart muffler. Yeah.
The government requires everyone to wear butt plugs.
Yeah.
Beans are illegal.
The butt COVID test, they have to put a Q-tip up your anus in a circle. But then for some reason the doctor always sniffs it after and you're confused. You're like, what kind of doctor is this?
As part of the diagnostic process.
What's going on, man? Oh, fuck. I'm trying to remember. There's somebody that does a bit about, have I talked about this on the pod before? Where he's like, how can, like, a male gynecologist not, like, be like, like barbecue? Like, all right, yeah, you're good.
I think you have. I think you have. The finger gesture. When you did the finger gesture, it all came back to me.
Just the image of somebody like a gynecologist just doing that casually. It's very funny. It is. A funny concept.
Well, it's like also on top of that. Like I think when we all, and not everybody will admit this because it is gross, but I think when we all scratch our nether regions, we're at least tempted to take a whiff. Are they like that with other people's nether regions? Think about that. If this guy just
he turns around to take the gloves off, just like.
But seriously, think about it. Because sometimes we do it, we don't really want to. We're just curious as fuck. And it's like,
it's like
nobody's around.
A monkey thing.
Like he goes to the back, he takes those gloves off, nobody's really there. You think this guy's whiffing. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Is he whiffing, this guy?
think he's whiffing if like he didn't smell it and it was unpleasant just from being close. You know what I mean? If that's the case, I think he's like, oh fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But if he's like, you know,
he looks around first for sure. He definitely does.
Yeah, you probably get your license. I don't know. Something.
It's just a funny concept. I don't know. I honestly don't know why they let men be gynecologists still.
It's weird.
It seems wild to me.
It's weird.
Maybe you guys are just perverts and they're fine. I don't know. I would rather have a female personally, so I guess I can't really say anything.
What's weird, man, is when I've gotten STD checks and like it's ladies that are taking care of me, and they're like, "All right, I need to check your penis." And I'm like,
I hope they didn't say it like that. That makes it more awkward.
There was
the pause makes it more awkward.
There was a pause that it was the last time I got checked in Philly. It was a female nurse or whatever. It was doing the like exam or whatever because I was pretty sure that I had gotten chlamydia from somebody.
Oh snap!
Well, and the wild thing about chlamydia is it's a paper cut of the STDs. They're like, cool. Well, I mean, we're not going to get your test result back for a couple days, but here, just take these 7 pills right now, and even if you do, in a week, you're fine. That's it. That's the whole thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Turns out I didn't even have it, but like, if I had, I would have just been cool.
Doesn't it burn when you pee?
It did not for me.
That's dope.
Just the person that I had slept with was like, hey, you might want to go get yourself looked at. And I was like,
he's just like, you know this thing we just did? We do that quite a bit. So you might be in pain of some sort, so get it checked out.
Yeah, so I don't know, that was a weird experience. And she was like, had to look at my wang and like lift it up and scope it out and shit. And I was like, all right, well this is strange. I don't think she sniffed her fingers afterwards.
You never know.
Maybe.
She'd wait for you to
I feel
leave.
like women are maybe less likely to
do that in general.
Yeah, because I'm kind of a.
She did like make like a visible like. That was. I don't know what is happening right now. This is strange. But that was it wasn't like she wasn't like, oh, nice dick, you know, or anything. But like there was a visible where she was like, oh, I wasn't expecting all that. And I was like, okay, are we like, you take me to dinner first, please? Like, what the fuck? This is very strange.
That's pretty. It could be a lot worse. There's definitely worse reactions to get from your doctor.
Right.
Like, what if you plopped it out? Yeah. She's like you plop it out. As soon as it pops out, she's like, ooh. Like, that's not good. I'll take it any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. You know what I mean? Dude, I had a weird one. One time I was getting a physical from a dude, and he just like started talking about my pubes like it was like a sports conversation. It was so weird. Yeah. Like I plopped my wiener out. He did the whole coffin like feel thing, and then he's like, oh, so you shaved down there, huh? Like making like a small talk about it. I was like 13. It was so weird. Yeah, dude. He's like, oh, so you shaved? He's like, doesn't that itch? And I'm like, yeah, dude, a little bit. Like, what the fuck? So many better things they could be talking about, dude.
That's fucking
Isn't that weird?
Also, has he never shaved his? What? Yeah, that's a weird.
Yeah.
13 too. It'd be weird enough if you were a grown ass man.
Yeah, I think it's extra weird that you were like a child.
I was young. I was like, yeah, dude, I shaved my balls. What of it? You know what I mean? What the fuck? He was a hairy dude too, so I instantly just felt bad for his wife after that combo. I was like, this poor bitch needs a machete to get through that jungle, dude. Holy fuck.
Maybe waxes.
You could be, but it sounded like the way he was saying it that he just doesn't
like,
grow.
ah!
He's like, oh, people do that. It's a fucking course, dude.
Yeah.
I'm Italian. You see my face? That's the face of someone who needs pube trimming at all times. Pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got a fucking manscaper.
Oh, you got the real thing?
Yeah.
The jump off?
Yeah, dude.
Got the jump off.
Yeah.
It's official.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
He's let me use it.
No shit.
I mean, it fucking does the thing. It's got the ceramic blade, so you can't like clip yourself
Thank
really
God,
easily.
because that's the worst.
Oh, dude, it's
It's a snake bite.
Truth, dude. It's
like
the truth.
Feels like a snake bit your scrotum.
Because I used to use like the clippers that you use for like touch-ups and like
trimmers.
Yeah, like the real small sharp ones. And I have cut my balls. I don't know how many times using those fucking things, dude.
Bleeds a lot too, nutsack. Nutsack bleeds a lot.
Yeah.
You get a little nick and it looks like you're
it's
fucking
really vascular.
Yeah. Oh. So you know what the move is, and it sounds like the opposite of the move. So you guys are gonna think I'm nuts. This is just maybe from being a barber, maybe years of being a hairy, gross fuck. But the move is a fucking razor, dude. I'm telling you, like a good shaver. You cut yourself less with a good shaver than you do with a bladed machine.
Interesting.
You do, just because the way it is. Because you got a sharp blade versus two blades moving back and forth. So this with loose skin, no good, dude. With loose skin, believe it or not, with the blades they use today. I'm not saying get a straight razor like a 1960s barber and shave your nuts. You can fucking Lorena Bobby yourself. I'm saying, I mean like one of these like official ones they make today where it's like almost hard to cut yourself, like a real razor. You lather your jump offs all off, dude. And fucking, you just go to town.
Dude,
and you don't even have to like trim it first. You can have like a fucking Italian level pube length hair and still go right in if you do it in the shower. That's the move. Shower with a real good fucking razor blade.
When I was a tattooer, man, people would come in to get like
like
dudes is like Italian dudes would come in to get their backs tattooed, and you just fucking green soap them and with like a little fucking disposable razor and just bloop, 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 you're good.
Some of those guineas, dude, it takes longer to shave their back than it does to do the tattoo. Bro. Seriously, I've seen some fucking guineas, dude, where it's like, where does the hair end and the skin begin? I have no fucking idea. This is traumatic to see. Like you guys have any of those relatives? 'Cause I don't think it's just guineas, but like that one relative that shows up to like the pool party and he has so much hair, you're like almost jealous that he's that confident to rock it. You know a guy like that where it's like this guy has a fucking sweater vest on, he doesn't give a fuck.
I know people like that. I don't think I'm related to
that.
them.
God bless him.
Yeah, he was, and towards the end, where he like we like do pool stuff or whatever, or we go visit my grandparents in Florida. I don't think I had seen him for a bunch of years, like without a shirt on, but it started to get like gray in places. So it was like this black dark hair, but then like the shoulder on the left was turning gray. It's like.
Interesting.
You're getting skunky, bro.
Like a silverback gorilla.
Yeah, no shit, for real. Yeah. So you gotta tell us this lube story.
Oh, dude.
We walk in here to do the pod, and my boy's lube is just straight chilling on the fucking tray table right next to the front door.
It's the best of us, dude. It's the fucking best of us. I try to hide it when people come over, but you're not always gonna remember. Especially when your fucking end table's not very organized.
Also, I'm a drag guy. Does that make me a psychopath?
Yes, I wish you didn't tell me that. How do you masturbate dry, dude?
I'm also a weird dude. I don't even like really stroke the fucking thing.
You squeeze it?
Nah, I just like push down in the bottom of the base, like pressure right like between my balls and the base of my dick.
You're finger blasting your dick?
I don't know. That's the fucking way that it works for me.
You're FB in the D, dude.
Yeah.
That's fire.
So I don't need a lot of like, friction resistance on a stroke situation. I just kind of push on the base and like, just press the button.
I've never heard of that. That's wild.
It's weird. I've talked to like many dudes about it, and they're all like, "Dude, what now?"
You just poke your dick and it makes you ejaculate.
Yeah, like you just push down at the bottom, like as if I had my dick all the way inside of somebody. It's kind of
that is fucking. It's like a pressure point for your cock.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's
wild. It's weird. So like, as long as I don't like go all the way in, I can last for quite some time.
Is it like rapid fire, or is it just like one constant press?
It's like push, maybe like kind of push and massage a little bit, and then
no fucking shit.
I'll do it. Yeah.
You're a cheap date, dude. That's fire.
Well, if you know the keys to the kingdom, Steve's over here like.
Stevie just like plays the bongos on your nutsack. And you just ejaculate everywhere.
I mean, it's a weird thing. Yeah. I think it's because I started masturbating by like humping things, and that's just like what worked in my little like child brain or whatever. And then I don't know.
That's how I started masturbating too.
Yeah. I just like hump the mattress, hump the couch,
Yeah.
I'll push the pelvic bone against that part of your dick and I'll do it.
I feel like I was excited to try that as a kid, but I was disappointed.
I mean, not all dicks are created equal.
Like, it was one of those deals where when I first thought of it, I was like, how did I not think of that? People are like fucking pillows and couch cushions and stuffed animals. And I'm like, how did I miss out? And then as soon as I tried, it kind of fucking like hurt. Maybe it's just like a weak dick skin. I don't know what it is. People are fucking couches. Like, that's a lot of friction, dude. It's like you lube up your couch. You can, but you're gonna have some weird questions coming from your mouth.
It's a leather one. You could just use some like leather conditioner or something, probably.
Oh, jeez, what have I got, like, the tip of your dick, though? That seems like it's not gonna be
picturing
great.
all this right now. She's like, oh, God. Oh, God. Right between a couch fucker and a ballsack poker. Dude, that's what Stevie's thinking right now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I mean, like, I'll use lube, like during sex.
Oh, yeah.
But not, like, if I'm just trying to, get the poison out so I don't, like, murder someone.
I'm ready to sometimes.
Yeah, it's a real thing, If there was like a blowjob clinic, I feel like we'd have so many less mass shootings.
Yeah. Have you guys seen these new like fuck machines I have for dudes? They're like literally like fuck machines.
They're like
dude.
robot.
And some of them have like a thing that comes off and like clamps, like holds your phone. So you can like it does crazy robotic shit to your dick while it holds your phone too.
So weird.
It's insane, dude.
That's wild.
It's wild.
I mean, like, let's get some of these fucking incels, some of them, you know what I mean?
Seriously, dude. Are you talking about me again without using my name?
that was
Oh, well, the story.
Yeah.
The lube story.
The lube story.
We got all off on
masturbating.
We got off on it.
Whoa.
Hey, yeah, there it is.
Did we ever? So my brother-in-law, when I first moved here, I might have actually told this story in the pod already. But when I first moved to Austin, my brother-in-law, who's a jokester and knew that I don't fuck a lot, sent me, like a fuck doll as like a joke. Did I mention this?
No. This is amazing.
As a surprise, I didn't even see it coming. No pun intended. And it was like, but it was different. It wasn't like a flashlight. It was like a fucking like soft rubber like midget torso.
Oh, those are so scary.
Dude, it was horrifying. It was like a
I
mini.
always kind of wanted to get one of the world.
Dude, it was a mini torso with titties and just like arm nubs and then leg nubs and like a real sized person's pussy. But the thing is, the fucking thing weighs like 18 pounds, dude. So I'm not gonna lie, I did fuck it one time, but it was like a fucking forearm workout, dude. It was like in the core and forearm. It was like a workout apparatus. So I fucked it once and threw it out. And I thought about fishing it out a couple times. It was pretty embarrassing. I considered it, but there was like lettuce on the pussy from a sandwich I had eaten earlier. I was like, I can't see myself doing this.
Well, why wouldn't you just like put it on like something and like?
That was the move. But it's just, you don't feel, you know what? When you first start fucking it, when you're like 4 pumps in, you're like into it. By pump like 10, you're just like sad. You're like, I shouldn't be doing this. Pump 4 or 5, you're like, yo, this is rad. Pump 6, 7, 8, you're like, where did I go wrong, dude? Where did my parents go wrong? This is fucking so sad, dude. And then when you finish it, it's not like when you finish it a real girl. You finish in this thing and it's like instant like Hummer's remorse. You're just like, well, this
I have to go wash this now.
This is just gonna disappear. She's not gonna walk into the bathroom and let it leak in the toilet like chicks do. It's just in there now. It's just like a problem. You know what I mean?
You gotta clean it.
That's actually why I threw it out. It's like I can't go through with like doing an oil change on this thing real quick. You know what I think about? It's like what it is. You know, like let the old shit leak out. Like I'm good, dude. So I just threw it out, and I kept the lube though. He was very thoughtful. He even got me a thing of lube. Didn't have to do that. What a guy.
What a gent.
Talk about having your cake and eating it too. But I kept the lube and just threw out the midget torso.
It's weird that it's like a whole torso. I've seen the things where it's just an ass, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them though,
And then,
it'll
like-
be like an ass that's connected to like a waist that doesn't make any sense and like some weird nubs.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. That makes sense because that's the most important part, right? Is the ass, and then I don't know. I guess it's visually stimulating, and you got like the physicality of it being. I don't know. It's interesting, but like it having a torso is weird to me. What the fuck is that about?
No head.
No,
There's no head on it, dude.
or arms,
Or arms, but there's like shoulders.
It would be
I guess it's
probably
leverage, probably. That's the only reason there's even
kind of
shoulders.
terrifying
you know what
if
I
it
mean?
was just like the holes though. Like if you had the head, but it was just like the like the mouth.
It's all terrifying.
Well, They have fleshlights that are just a
Cronenberg
mouth.
monster.
They have fleshlights that are just a mouth. And
Yeah.
Yeah, just the mouth by itself seems not as creepy
Why?
as like a mouth and a butt and a pussy, like all sort of amalgamated onto one minus the rest of what a woman is. That's kind of spooky.
That's weird. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, people gotta get off. You know. I don't know. I'm not judging. So that's the lube story?
Yeah.
That's just how you got it, not how.
Yeah, so the lube lives on. The midget torso is like in the dump somewhere, but I still have the lube. And
The lube.
not a fan actually. If I had to like give that a star rating like Yelp, I would say like 2 stars. It's water based, man, which is corny.
They dry out
It's like
really
runs
fast.
off your wang. You pour it on your wang and it's like fuck cascades off before you even get the chance to begin. You know what I mean? Sorry if that was too detailed. but-
Maybe you need like some sort of like tray apparatus so you can just scoop it back up.
Dude, we're always Shark Tanking on this pod. We're Shark Tanking hard on this pod, dude.
But yeah.
We still gotta come up with that fuckable soap.
Maybe make it one of those spooky torsos.
Or you just
Maybe.
you just use soap lube instead of. Yeah, 'cause that was my idea last time.
Call it soup.
I was thinking you could.
Because it's soap
Soup.
lube. Because it's soap lube.
Soup.
Soup. Dude. Call Mark Cuban, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, you
Get
guys,
Mark Cuban on the horn, dude.
you guys
Let's
better get
fucking-
on this shit. It's gonna be out there now. You know,
If we
it's
see
been
it-
out there for a couple weeks. People
Hey.
are gonna.
Dude, if we
People
see
are
an
gonna hop
episode.
on that
Yeah.
You heard it first here, folks. If you see Sub out there in the wild, that's our fucking idea.
Yeah, and
If
we're
they
gonna
fucking
sue.
stole it. These motherfuckers,
Yeah,
they
if-
fucking stole it.
If I see fuckable soap on Shark Tank, I'm going on a fucking stabbing rampage. I'll be so upset, dude. I'll be so upset. That's my baby, dude.
Oh god,
That's my baby.
it's my
It's
baby.
my fucking baby, dude.
The fuckable soap didn't get me, dude. I was crying.
Looks just like a pussy. Think about that.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying you could just use like to keep it tight so it's reusable. You could just have it like be like soap lube or soup.
Yeah. Yes.
Then you put inside of like a fleshlight type device.
Yes.
Like you keep it in the shower and just rinse it out right afterwards.
And you 100% have to sell it by the angle of like it's for him and her. Because every woman out there has blown a dick or two, probably, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this guy's dick smells and is gross and dirty. He needs to pull that flap back, work under the hood a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to be fair, guys
Fucking
don't
your
have to
dick
have
stinks.
a flap to have gross dicks.
I know we've talked about this. You're very pro turtleneck. We've been over this. She's very pro turtleneck, this gal. I respect that.
Well, yeah. I
Sure.
mean, like any sort of genital mutilation is probably not great.
Yeah. Society has, like, trained us to be used to that.
It's- yeah,
Neither
it's
one's
super
really
normalized.
weird. Neither one's really weird. It's just so many more people. It's like brown eyes. Like everybody fucking has them, so it's kind of what we're used to seeing. So when you see blue eyes, it's like, oh, that's different. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with uncircumcised penis.
There
You
you
see
go.
so many fucking German army helmets that you see a turtleneck and you're like, well, that's different.
The only kind of genital mutilation I support is if someone just like wants to get like a clit piercing or a dick piercing or something because they're doing it
Piercing
themselves.
is different, yeah, and it's voluntary.
Yeah.
It's voluntary.
Ostensibly.
Yeah, there's consent happening,
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it's lame. I think it's wacky, dude. And I think the people that do it are knuckleheads.
Knuckleheads indeed.
Yeah. Hurting little babies' genitals when they're still babies. Can't say nothing. What a knucklehead move.
The craziest one to me
Fucked up,
of
dude.
all the reasons is like I want my son's penis to look like my penis.
That's so weird.
Why?
Dude?
Why?
I don't give a shit
Why-
what your
why-
fucking kid's dick looks like.
Yeah, and
That's
why
weird.
does it? Yeah,
It's so-
exactly.
it's so strange.
I've never understood that as a thought process at all.
It's fucking weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it
I
either.
don't fucking like it, dude.
Let's Delta 8 about it.
Let's Delta 8 about it indeed. That's what this is. Whoa, no, this
For
way.
sure,
Oh,
for sure, Delta
Fuck
8.
yeah. Fuck yeah. Delta 7 actually, just to be safe.
Just to be safe. Oh man. That fucking story is still so fucking goddamn
I
funny.
don't know if I feel weird offering you guys read after how you reacted last time.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. Come on. Come on. You know me, I got a buzzy balls about
It's
it.
like giving you a look.
I got a buzzy balls about it. Come on.
Yeah,
I would expect nothing less, my guy.
I deserve it. We deserve it.
If you're fucking with a guinea from New York, you know it's gonna be some fucking ball busting.
A little bit of ball
It's
bust.
gonna be a little bit of this
Oh,
over here.
double,
A little bit of that over there. You know what I mean? What can I say? It's in my
Yes.
fucking blood. You know what I mean?
Love that.
I'll partake lightly.
That's for the best. That was the test you guys passed. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, thank you.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
What?
At least I'm not a dick.
Oh shit.
I mean, I do prefer buttholes over any genitals.
Buttholes are pretty fire.
Buttholes are my favorite. But if I had to choose, for me to interact with someone else's dick or pussy, I do lean pussy. I gotta be honest. It's just it is the nicer of the genitals.
Are you guys like horny or something?
I don't fucking know why.
Coming back,
I don't know why.
coming back up.
We're just
what's
riffing
going
here.
on?
Also, I called you a pussy for not hitting that sweet
I know.
Delta 7.
And I called you a dick because I thought that was rude.
Right, so you brought it back to genitals again.
And I'm over here just
No,
thinking
you
you're both
did.
great. I think you're just both terrific people.
It's like, stop fighting, please,
I
mom
just
and
think-
dad, please stop fighting.
I think you guys are wonderful. You're beautiful together, I must say. That's all I know.
So tell me about the other pod that you're doing.
Oh yeah.
We didn't plug all of our stuff yet.
Oh, we
Let's do-
didn't do.
Well, tell me about that first and do it in like the pluggy session thing.
Okay, tell about the new pod. So me and another greasy Italian person from New York. Oddly enough, there's more than one of us here in Texas. We started a podcast called On the Nose.
On the
What
Nose.
do you think about the fucking name, Maru?
On the nose is pretty
A
good.
little double on
It's
the
a
tongue.
little on the nose.
Whoa, Davey boy, dude. Shots fired,
A
bro.
little on the nose. Yeah.
But it's just like two greasy guineas take on things. And I think there's a lot of greasy guineas out there that'll appreciate it. Maybe some non-greasy guineas that'll appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
You know?
You guys putting it out on YouTube?
We just did almost like a pilot that I don't even know if we're gonna release yet, just as like a test run.
Okay.
Because you gotta do that. You don't know, what your on-air chem's gonna be like until you're like in it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we did. The chemistry was good on the first one. Everything went pretty smooth. We said some funny shit. So I think we're gonna start filming some more episodes.
Hell yeah, man.
Is he gonna steal you away from us?
No.
Promise.
Certainly not. But I know we talked about it, guys, but I
But
probably.
you promised.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, do we need to be?
But you
do we need to be
promised.
super jealous right now?
No, but remember I did talk about moving at some point? I probably will move in like 6 months to back to New York.
Wow.
Well, I'll
Well,
miss the fuck out of you
we'll
guys.
cross that bridge when we get to it. We
We
can
will.
always do it over Discord.
Yeah,
if need
let's
be.
not talk about it right now because I don't want to cry.
And we could always,
That's pretty sad.
We could always do a FaceTime thing or something to keep the
Yeah.
pod alive. We could.
Cute.
Yeah, you can always do it over Discord, you know? And
Yes.
also, ideally, I don't know if it'll happen in 6 months, but ideally, I'd like to get to the point where, you know, it doesn't matter where the fuck we are. We're on the road and touring enough, we can fucking do the pod anywhere.
Oh, you got ideas, my guy. You got ideas. This guy. Fucking guy's got some things.
Yeah,
tell ya.
I mean, we'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You're
but
so good.
I've been around too many of these greasy bastards to not be good at this kind of thing, you know? Fucking not my first rodeo, you know?
Just delightful. Just it really like tickles me in a warm place. I don't know why.
Hell yeah.
It's a gift and a curse, you know?
Well, you're right. Yeah. So tell people where they can find your comedy stuff, and because I'm sure you'll post about the new pod there.
Hell yeah. My Instagram, as always, is Anthony Moan Comedy. I have a tag on my Instagram page for a different podcast that I've done, and I'm going to put a tag for the new one I'm doing with Del Rizzucci. Like I said, it's called On the Nose Podcast. And that's pretty much it. And then I got that show coming up next month with these fucking...
It's this month.
I forgot what month it is, which is great.
Yeah, 20 days
You
from
know,
now.
the Delta 6 and 6.8 over here, dude, is fucking... it's making me very forgetful. But yeah, it's this month in about 2 weeks, skis, right?
3.
A little over, about 2.5.
Okay, I'm just
So
wrong.
23rd.
I'm just botching this whole
It's
announcement.
the
23rd.
March 23rd, 11 p.m.
Yes.
March 23rd, 11 p.m. there will be
Roscoe's
a
Comedy Club.
tattoo
Both of us are going to be
giveaway.
on it. He is co-headlining.
Co-headlining
and
with
producing.
Tai Wang.
No shit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Neat. Oh, I like him.
He's very funny, and he's doing really good stuff.
He gave me my
Short little
basically first
Asian
comedy.
guy.
He's the short little wang.
Yeah.
Yes, he's the short little wang. This guy.
He used to rap Poke the Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's started.
He's really funny.
Yeah, he's very funny.
He's got a rap album about Pflugerville for some reason, but it's great. It's great. It's really
It's
good.
fucking funny.
I don't know why it's so good.
And he can actually spit
Really
bars.
fucking good.
That's
It's
weird.
really good.
Does he have an accent?
Yes.
Because that makes for some fun bars.
Oh my
It's
god.
amazing.
it is
He's extremely
incredible. Shout out
good
to
at
Ty.
using his accent in a humorous way. It's really, really
Oh
good.
yeah.
It's
He's
like masterful.
Yeah, he just knows
Very
how.
silly.
He's so aware of how funny he is, and can use it like a fucking like a laser. It's really really cool. So, classic. No offense tradition. I booked somebody that is going to be hard to follow because I love headlining. That's great. I like getting a lot of stage time, and if I'm going to produce a show, why the fuck am I not going to do that?
Of course.
But consistently, I've been co-headlining with people that I know will challenge me, because it's also about like growing, becoming a better comedian. If I can close out the show after somebody who I'm like, fuck, they're on the same level or past where I'm at. So I want to give myself the challenge of having to follow them, like fucking still kill the room.
That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, that's a super neat. I like that growth mindset.
I'm in for a moment.
Okay.
We're trying to not get.
That was a test as well, and you passed.
And you passed.
That was also a test, and you passed. Good job. And we've learned from last episode.
Not trying to get fucking super shit faced. I think it was the combination of the two, because I can usually hold my liquor pretty goddamn well, but then the silliness and disorientedness of the Delta 8. I watched the first
we watched
30
a
or
little bit
40
of it.
minutes of it. I don't think that one really needs to get edited too much, but the other one I have to get. But what's cool is that because we've been doing this every week now, we have a couple in the hole. And if we keep consistent, we can just start dropping it. And I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, if this thing picks up and starts to get monetized, I can be like, I don't know, Anthony. I don't know about. If you move, what happens? Does the number just go down? You know what I mean? Like, what if we lose viewership? I don't know. I'm just saying. But we'll see.
Well, we can always do a FaceTime sitch.
Yeah,
We can always chime in.
over Discord.
Technology's pretty fire in some ways.
Yeah, Discord is a real easy way to kind of tackle it. But either way, so yeah, come out to No Offense. Instagram.
Made for Stevie movie.
And Dave Borowski on all platforms. You can find me on Facebook, even though I don't really post anything but comedy stuff on there. And also Instagram, I don't really post anything but comedy stuff on there. But Dave Borowski, and here on YouTube, where you're finding this. Yeah. Let's do a cigarette break.
Okay.
And,
cigarette break it is.
And we'll be back.
Hell yeah.
And we're back. We're just off pod chatting with Anthony about shivering cold face tattooed guys.
Yes. Yes.
Because jail sucks.
We were talking about the jail experience, which is not as cool as it sounds.
And it doesn't sound very cool either.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, last night at Roscoe's it was a fucking shit show. So this group of people came in, and pretty sure that they were a little lit when they got there. They only ordered one round of drinks, but the dude that was in that group went and threw up in the sink in the men's bathroom. Twice. Well, the second time he made it to the toilet, but
what a fuckhead, dude.
And just didn't clean it up. And so somebody came and told me that happened in the men's bathroom, and so I go back there. I didn't know we had fucking gloves, so I just went back there, saw it was like shit, went and grabbed a bar spoon to try to unclog, because the fucking sink got clogged.
With vomit?
With vomit. So I was either gonna have to raw dog this vomit, and I was like, I might throw up if I do that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get it with a fucking bar spoon, and then thankfully the owner of the club comes back, and because Stevie's like, Dave, someone ordered an old fashioned. I'm like, I gotta clean this fucking puke up. So I'm yelling to her the instructions on how to make it. And Chris, the owner's like, dude, what the fuck are you yelling for? I can hear you all the way, and then sees what I'm doing. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, sorry. I was just trying to give her instructions on how to clean this shit up. or how to make this shit so I can clean this shit up. And he's like, dude, go make the drink. I got it. I come back to try to help him, and he's already got it. And he's got gloves on. I'm like, we have fucking gloves? I'm gonna just grab the gloves and immediately fix the problem. But he's like, no, I got it. I'll clean it up. You just hold down the bar. So, fucking shout out to Chris, the owner of Roscoe's, for being a gentleman and a scholar.
A savage.
But then, like, I went to go take a piss, like, 20, 30 minutes later. Dude's back in the bathroom throwing up in the toilet.
Okay. At least he learned.
Like, yeah, at least he's doing the toilet, but also, like, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
Like, now you just gotta go. Like, there's no way I can serve you.
Yeah.
You're disrupting the club, like,
Yeah.
So we had to ask him to leave, but thankfully they were fairly understanding about it.
Yeah, they also knocked over somebody else's drink.
Oh yeah, I just served this dude like a double Tito's and soda, and he put it down, and this guy got up to go throw up in the bathroom the second time, and knocked his drink over. And so I had to make him a new drink, comp the old one, keep the people who were actually enjoying the show happy. And then I had to, once that situation got solved, I went and had to clean up the fucking spilled drink in the middle of the show, moving chairs and stuff, trying not to make noise.
Son of a biscuit.
Yeah, thankfully the comics on stage were all pros, and they were very professional and didn't fuck around, and kept the audience, and, the show kept going, the show went on, but fuck, man, that was a fucking bitch and a half.
But I know how to make an old-fashioned now.
Hey man, there's a little fucking silver lining there.
Yeah.
That's what that is, folks.
Yeah. I love that club and I love working in that club, but it happens in any job. It's some fucking nights you're just like, we all just gotta go.
Yeah.
Everyone was on edge. We were all like little bit nippy at each other. And it was just such a fucking.
Those.
Yeah, we all love the shit out of each other, and it's a good working environment. But it was just a shitty night. And
shit hits the fan sometimes.
Yeah, it was just like, guys, we all just gotta fucking realize this is a bad night. We're all stressed out. South by is about to come up. This fucking night was rough as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's just plow the fuck forward.
Let's plow.
So yeah, it was wild. I don't know. I do really want to hear your bit about the What Dreams May Come movie.
Don't push it.
But I'm not going to push it. I'm excited to see it maybe on not Wednesday because we won't be here.
Let's talk about what
Yeah.
I'm actually glad you mentioned that. Let's talk about what I said because I think that's an interesting take on jokes, don't you think?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about that.
So I wrote a joke and it has to do with something that Stevie told me / recommended to me, and they asked to hear my bit, but I'm weird about that because I was telling them sometimes I feel like telling comics your bits, like bouncing them off them before trying them, can be beneficial. But at the same time, sometimes I feel like it hinders the joke a little bit too.
Yeah,
not to say that you guys are making the joke worse, just giving it to the ears of a comic before the ears of the people sometimes.
Before an audience.
Will change your opinion of it, make you want to change it before you even put it out on stage. Like it makes that's my thing too, is me being an overanalyzer. My buddy Will, he's a comic from back in upstate New York as well. He's like a comedy connoisseur and like a stickler for fucking the rules of comedy and yada yada.
There is no rules.
So yeah, I know, but a couple times, you know what I mean. But a couple times, he's like I said to you guys outside, he's told me like a bit sucks or don't do it, and I do it and it fucking kills, and I'm like, whew. Gotta save the shit for the crowd sometimes. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree. Like I was saying, I'm about like 50-50 of stuff I'll run by. Usually I'll run it by Stevie if I run it by anybody, or I'd run it by like a select few comics, or like Paul Otto. I run a bunch of stuff by him, and I love his show that is Rough Cuts, where it's just you're trying out all brand new stuff.
Paul's the bald gentleman, the tall, like fit bald gentleman.
Yeah. He's a good guy, and he's very funny. His fucking chicken hell bit is incredible. He's actually filming a special in a couple months.
Nice. I think I saw an ad for that. That's cool. He seems like he's cool. And he has some jokes.
Sure. No, he's a good guy. His style's way different. He looks like such like a good old boy kind of country gentleman. But then he's like very, very like intellectual and strange.
Yeah, he's super clever.
Yeah. He's like, I just eat mushrooms and think about shit, and if you go to heaven, not gonna do his whole bit, but he's like, if you go to heaven and it's Colonel Sanders, it's because this is chicken hell. This is hell for chickens. We kill so many fucking chickens. Because he does like 6 or 7 minutes on why we live in chicken hell. It's very fucking funny.
That is a funny concept.
It's pretty excellent. I think about it pretty much every time I eat chicken now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what's your like ratio of stuff that you run by? And probably I'm the person you run the most of your bits by. But.
Yeah, I do. I run stuff by you the most. There are certain people. I think I'm choosy with who I would do that with before doing it on stage. Like, it's got to be somebody that I value their opinion. I think they're funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm curious to hear what they have to say. I don't think they're going to be a jerk. But also, I mean, with stuff that I think is funny, like, I've run stuff by you and you're like, well, I would change this or do this or do this. It's like, I appreciate the opinion and I might make some tweaks, but like, I'm not going to change. If there's something that I like this the way it is and I think it's funny, I'm not going to change it just because you say that.
Right.
Like, I'm not, if I don't really think it's funny, then, or like I don't think it's funny yet, then I don't have anything to lose by getting your opinion on stuff.
Right.
If I think it's funny, then I'm like, okay, thank you for the note. I'll remember it if it doesn't work or if it seems like it needs some tweaking, but I'm going to do it like this because I think, I like it this way. So that's part of that is just like confidence in my own like joke writing ability.
Yeah.
And in the bit itself. And I've had stuff that I do that I keep doing just because I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it never gets the best laugh, but I do it because I think it's funny and I can kind of address that on stage, which usually gets at least a laugh a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I do that with my frogs bit. Also if it doesn't get the laugh I want, I just go, that one's just fun for me. I don't really give a shit about you guys.
Oh yeah. Everybody has their little like fallbacks. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely have bits where, like, if it goes this way, I respond like this. If it goes that way, I respond like this. You know?
What's the shittiest thing that happened at your work yesterday?
In my what?
At your work.
Oh, at the barbershop?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, dude. Where do I fucking begin? I don't know if there's enough time in the pod, Dave. Cutting hair is just a fucking nightmare today. I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm a barber for my, like, day job until comedy takes off,
Yeah.
And it's just a rugged-ass job. We're in a time when people just care too much about their looks, to the point where if you're a barber, you're just asking to fucking punch customers in the face.
Just like too persnickety about stuff, like it has to be a certain kind of way.
Oh my God.
Want to look like a certain influencer or some shit, or like, what is it? What are they?
The expectation for people today, I feel like, because of social media, is just so high that it puts a lot of pressure on people going into a haircut. Like, when people are pre-haircut, it's like they're pre-op for heart surgery. Like, that's... Seriously, I've seen it. People are nervous like they're going in for, like, some kind of chest procedure. It's fucking nuts, dude. I've had people in there with their girlfriends or moms or sisters behind them, like, panicking. Like, they're in the fucking waiting room at the ER. It's fucking crazy.
I don't understand.
It's fucking hair, douchebags. It always grows back.
Yeah.
There's so few things on this earth you can truly count on, but that's like fucking one of like 6. Is that your fucking hair will always grow back.
Yeah.
So whatever you get is what you... That's how it was in the 60s. Mm-hmm. In the 60s, I'm telling you, I wasn't around, but I could just tell by the way people were. You just were happy with whatever the fuck you got. You'd leave the barber shop. The barber would cut your hair, you'd literally look in the mirror and be like, it's shorter than when I came. How do you do it? This is incredible. And then you go home and your mom or your wife would be like, that is shorter than when you left. Yeah. You gotta stick with him. He's very talented.
Have you built like a lot of regulars and stuff though?
Yeah, dude. But some of them you're like mad you built. You know what I mean? They're regulars and you wish they were fucking irregular. You know what I mean? It's fucking... It's not good, dude. It's just the expectations. Well, you gotta think too. So where do people get their visions of haircuts today? What would be your guess?
Celebrities.
But like what platform gives them all their...
Instagram?
Yes.
Yeah, Instagram.
As we all know, like all pictures, not just haircut pictures, what do they all have on them today?
Filters.
Yeah. So now you have unreal expectations set before these motherfuckers even come into the shop. Mm-hmm. They're at home thinking like, my haircut better look as good as this picture that has 7 filters on it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you're already fucked before they come, dude.
Yeah.
You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna be able to make it look as good as a filtered fucking picture.
You can't make somebody look like an Instagram model with a haircut.
No.
No.
And
You can give them a good haircut,
filters,
but it's not gonna change their face.
Yeah. And that shit's all time-lapse, these fucking videos. These people don't realize they want this Instagram pic. That guy might have taken an hour and a half to do that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think you got an hour and a half, bro. I'm not fucking free your sketches, but who the fuck has an hour and a half? You know what I mean? So, it's just it's a fucked up game today. I think that there was a time when it was a dope-ass job. Because if you think back in the day, a lot of barbers were like delinquent, like alcoholics and shit. You knew that, right? Back in the day? Back in like the 40s, 50s, 60s, barbers were like the guys that would like disappear right before your haircut because they needed like a swig of whiskey so they didn't have the shakes. So it was a fun job. People just like, seriously.
Alcoholic days.
Back in the 60s.
It was a good time, man. They had the shakes. They were physically addicted to alcohol.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
This is day in the life. Yeah, seriously. No, this is day in the life versus day in the life. 60s barber fucking has a client walk in. They would like call each other 6 racial slurs back and forth as like a joke because that was just the time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Back and forth with the racial slurs towards each other. They're laughing their balls off. The client sits down. The barber disappears to like get a fat swig of Jack Daniels. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now he comes back. Before he fucking starts the haircut, sparks a cig, and the guy in the chair sparks a cig, and they just talk about tits for like 16 minutes. The guy's hair looks like shit, but he's just happy to fucking have the conversation in the cig. And he leaves, and everybody's fucking happy. And now you got Anthony, you got me sitting in a fucking barbershop, bored out of my mind. Some college fuckface comes in with an Instagram picture and just fucking makes it my life hell for a half hour. That's essentially how it goes. And then when it's done, he gets up, looks at it in the mirror 14 more times before he leaves. Then he leaves and goes in the bathroom and looks at it again, and then he comes back in and tells me that the fucking bangs are too long. You know what I mean? You know what I fucking mean? I appreciate you guys letting me vent.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You should just go cut hair in North Korea. Have you seen they have like a list of like pre-approved haircuts, like government-approved haircuts?
Might as well.
There would be a lot of material.
Pick one and then
North Korea.
Kim Jong-un's haircut looks very easy. I would. Seriously, he gets like half a haircut. It's not even like a full haircut. He gets one half of a haircut, so I could do that.
Yeah.
You know? I would do that.
It's like the most ugly pompadour of all time.
I don't know what to call that fucking thing, dude. It's like an insult to pompadours to call that pompadour, dude. I don't know what to call that fucking thing, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been doing my own hair for so long that it's like, when someone else does it, it's such a relief that I'm not doing it that I kind of don't give a shit. And my hair's pretty simple.
We like people like you.
Well, it's pretty simple. And like, if a guy can do a fade, like, I'm like, fucking give me a fade, because I can't fade the back of my own head.
Nobody can.
If you teach me how to do it, I'll do it for you.
Okay. It
Seems hesitant.
It's not that difficult,
Yeah,
but it is one of the more difficult things in cutting hair is to do a really nice fade.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
The decibel level of your voice dropped like 4 decibel levels. So you're like, yeah, I guess you can cut my hair, maybe.
I mean, what do you give a shit if the
Find
back
time.
of your head looks dumb? You never have to see it.
I'm trying to be like a successful entertainer. So looking semi put together
It was like almost like we're on a comedy podcast.
Oh, okay, all right.
Fun little.
But no, is the fade not like one of the more difficult things in men's haircuts?
Well, the's just like haircutting sucks so bad. That's such a general term.
Yeah, we should
like
stop
fade could
talking
mean,
about this.
Oh no! I just like talking in general. We could talk about fucking terrible shit, and I would enjoy it. I don't care. I just enjoy conversations. I really do. But no, fade is such a general term because a fade could mean anything. But like, you know, there's like a 0 fade, a 1 fade, a 2 fade, a 3 fade, a 4 fade, a 5 fade, a 6
high
fade, 7
fade,
fade,
low
8
fade,
fade, 9 fade, 10 fade, high fade, low fade, bald fade. It's a lot of shit, dude. None of it's cool, but I know a lot about it. You know,
It's cool.
Nothing cool, but a lot of info. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing. I was that was the hardest thing for me to get down, is how to do like a nice fade on on another person, because I tried to do it on myself so many times, and it's just I just jacked myself up, and I just had to cut it all my life.
Yeah, it's very easy to fuck up, man. Even when you've been doing it for mad long. Like the other day, I had a Mexican guy in the chair who didn't speak great English, and he was just saying shit to me that didn't make sense. And then he was so unhappy at the end. It wasn't a bad haircut, but it just wasn't what he was going for. But we didn't know what the fuck each other were saying. Yeah. So the odds were really stacked up against us, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So he was pissed at the end, and I was just like, lo siento. And then I just said, adios, it's on me, you know what I mean? And that was fucking it, dude.
Yeah.
He had like, we're talking like, it was kind of scary though, because he was a very nice man, but he was like kind of cartel looking. Like from Mexico, had like alligator fucking cowboy boots on with like a sharp point to him, and like a cowboy hat he took off and shit. It was very like fucking MS-13 looking cat. So I was like a little nervous.
Very, very Breaking Bad.
He wasn't psyched. Like he left and came back and then came back and then left, even though it was free. I gave it to him for free. He still came back like twice. Like, the fucking beard is not walking around. They bought him and they fucking mustache. And I was like, oh fuck, dude. Like, it's free, dog. You know what I mean? I was tell you.
I don't know, shoot you.
Dude, you know what he was doing too? This made me seriously want to murder him and me. With one pair of scissors, I wanted to murder him and myself. Mid haircut, dude, he was taking selfies to check on my work. During the haircut, he would like stop
Look
me.
in the mirror. What?
Give me one second, man. One fucking second. And he would just take a picture of himself during the haircut. Just like, okay, so far so good, man. And I was like, oh fuck, dude, this is gonna take an hour, man. God damn it. And it ended up being free too. What a fucking nightmare, dude.
That sucks, dude. That's the fucking worst.
You gotta be a very patient person, man, because it's a job where you can nail what they're asking for and they still find 7 things to complain about. Woo! The fact that I haven't fucked someone up yet is remarkable.
Keep it up.
It's remarkable,
As
dude.
You should
You're strong.
meditate and also like pick up boxing or something.
If I didn't smoke weed, I think I would have went postal already at the barbershop. Not literally. Don't get the police involved. I'm just kidding. But
I'm going to kill everyone.
not like kill, but like punch in the face mad times. I don't want to kill
Mad
anybody.
times.
Just like start just punching all the clients in the face. Like they go home just like bruised and shit. And I feel better.
Yeah, part of the haircut.
Yeah.
This is free.
Everybody lives, just I'm happier, you know?
Oh, did I tell you?
Geez.
You remember I told you about when I went to the black barber shop and got my hair cut?
Yes.
So there was this black comic who was doing like a headliner spot, right?
At Roscoe's, yeah.
At Roscoe's, and apparently what he does to go like to get people to come to shows and to like bark and stuff is he goes around to barbershops around town and like meets everybody at the black barbershops, and then they come out and support him. Yeah, it seemed. I mean, there were like 4 or 5 barbershops there, and each one brought like 3-4 people at least. And the barbershop that I got my haircut at was there, like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And I can't remember how it came up. Yeah, but I started the Stevie Steve story. Oh no, they said they were like, oh yeah, we're from shout out to Kings and Queens barbershop.
And you recognize the name, I think, right?
Yeah, I recognized the name. I was like, oh, I got my hair cut there once, and I told him the Stevie Steve, and he was like, oh, it was probably Steve that cut your hair, and I was like, I forgot that was even part of it, was that the guy that was cutting my hair, also his name was Steve. So
and he was like,
I'm Stevie and Stevie Stevie 1. I'm Stevie 1 Stevie. They laughed. They were like, "Oh yeah, we know. Yeah, we know Stevie Steve." And then he was like, "I remember you.
Yeah.
Did you like your haircut?" And I was like, "Yeah. I looked like Rachel from Friends. It was amazing." I didn't even like when I went in for the haircut. I don't think I was like, do what you want, about this much shorter. Like that's it. Just like.
And that's the kind of clientele you're looking for right there.
Yeah, I'll go in. I never go in for something.
Easy going, man. That's all I ask.
Yeah, sometimes I'll have a picture, but like I'll usually be like, or if you think like something else, whatever. Like if my hair is not gonna quite do this, I'll try to find a picture that's like hair that looks like mine.
Yeah.
Like it'll do what it does.
Yeah.
I went to it. I got a haircut from a girl one time, and I think she was fairly new to it.
Oh,
and
boy.
I was like, I have multi-texture in my hair. So like some of it's wavy, some of it's straight, but it's just gonna kind of do what it's gonna do. So if you can do it with the shape, and she was like, "Oh no, like I can fix it. Like I can make your hair be all one texture." I was like, "It's not gonna work like that." And then she got to the point of styling, and she was like, "It's really not. It's not taking the wave up here." I was like, "Bitch, I told you."
I thought we talked about
I told you.
Thought we talked about
I
this.
so, I still tipped her well and stuff. It was a fine haircut. It was just like, I know my hair.
Yeah.
Like
Were you like, my hair's kind of like me. Some of it's straight, Some of it's kind of wavy. It's just like my lifestyle choices. You know what I mean?
I should have. Maybe she would have understood. She looked a little bit wavy as well.
Oh man.
And then you should have put it into like hair cutting tool terms. Then you could have put it at the tools and be like, sometimes I scissor. And then you can put it the round brush, and like sometimes I get the round brush. You know what I mean? I get a little bit of both in my life.
Oh man, speaking of a little wavy, after was it last night? Or no, it was Friday night after I did Friday Night Laughs at Roscoe's. We left and went and got a drink with some of my bandmates because they showed up to support, come watch my show.
Team players.
And we went to Liberty on East 6. I don't know if you know where that is, but it's right around the corner.
I've probably seen it.
Yeah, it's right around the corner from Roscoe's. And went there, got a shot of beer, smoked a cigarette, hung out with them for a little bit. But when we were walking out to the back patio, there was like a very dykey looking lesbian with her very like lipsticky looking girlfriend.
Dope.
And they were leaving, and we both wrote a bit about it in our heads before we sat down. And then we talked about it.
I was like that. I just got, we both, like, they left fairly quickly and they didn't like say anything. They were already leaving, but like they were there for long enough to shoot both of us a look. That's
Dude,
funny.
I just got a great idea, not to change the subject. What if one of you guys did a bit, because you guys are both technically bi, right?
Yeah.
What if you did a bit about how you're both bi, so you guys like to fuck in like different forms? Like sometimes you fuck as lesbians, so you don't even use your...
Sometimes we scissor.
Yeah, you don't even use your dick. Sometimes you just retire your dick and you just like rub crotches with her. Because that day you're lesbians.
I would try it.
Then a different day you're more of like a dude, now you're Peg and Dave. You feel like being gay dudes today. I don't know, dude, that premise maybe has legs, dude. I don't know.
There's something there. That's kind of funny, yeah.
It depends on the day. Sometimes we're a gay couple, sometimes we're a lesbian couple, sometimes we're a straight couple. Not often, because straights are boring, let's be honest.
I mean, usually we're like being two gay dudes, but I'm being the top. That's usually what's going on.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just kidding.
But what the fuck was your bit? You wrote this bit about the.
Oh, it wasn't a fully fleshed bit. It was just like, I feel like yeah, because I was dressed. Sometimes I dress girly, but a lot of times it's kind of like oversized flannel, like baggy boyfriend jeans, fucking sneakers, whatever.
Okay.
And so I look kind of dykey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't super feminine present sometimes, and like lesbians, like more masculine presenting lesbians, I feel like this girl, she like saw me, and she saw that I was like with a dude, and she was like you might look like you're one of us, but you're not one of us.
It was like her vibe.
Yeah.
It's funny because she saw me, and I get this vibe from real mask presenting, real like butchy lesbians, where they kind of turn it up a little bit when they see me, because I'm an easier jump to for like a gay girl than
100%.
than like a really masculine guy, like a fucking beefcake. You know what I mean?
100%.
I'm a little like a little feminine and a little bit more stylish and less like oh, I'm a fucking meathead dude. Lesbians have told me that we're my friends that are like, oh no, you're like an easy switcher.
You're a good starter cock.
Yeah. There you go.
You're a good starter cock, and
I'm more sensitive. I'm like emotional and stuff.
From a distance, you look like a lesbian.
And from a distance, I do look like a lesbian.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I'm that, but like the gay version for girls, if that makes sense. Like, I'm approachable. I'm a little bit more masculine, but not so much that it's like intimidating or like I seem like I'm super gay or like I'm gonna be like like a dude about it or like pushy. And so I'll catch like straighter girls that are just like less gay than me.
Yeah, they're
yeah. catches me off guard a lot of the times.
But I especially get that with real mask lesbians when they're with their like hot, very feminine girlfriend, the very like lipstick lesbian, because like they're like maybe even bi, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're with a girl right now, kind of like feminine enough.
Yeah.
So like I'm like the really masculine lesbian's like worst nightmare.
Dude, I'm just gonna throw this out there on the subject of your overall look.
Yeah.
You have some of the nicest legs of any man I've ever met in my life. Dude,
Oh,
fantastic.
really?
Dude, fantastic legs.
Well,
dude.
thanks. That's weird.
Holy shit. Is that weird? I don't know. They're like feminine, but like masculine at the same time.
They're
I've never
shapely.
seen right. I've never seen male legs like yours.
That's
He also wears
I don't know how
really
to. Yeah, I wear.
pants.
You do wear tight pants.
But no, there's this one picture that Zach LaBoza took of me when I was on. I can't remember what show it was. Was it? I think it may have been the 10-minute mic.
Yeah, like you got like hitchhiking legs. You could like get a ride with those things, dude.
Well, like I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was like a picture, like where I was like facing the Roscoe sign on stage, and he must have taken it from like the bar, because it was like almost the complete back of me, and he just said something about like Dave's out here with calves for days or some shit. And I was like,
I'll be honest with you, my calves are pretty fire. Your legs are more just like.
All these straight dudes have crushes on you.
Well, just I feel like your whole leg is nice. I just have a calf. This upper part's gross and ham-like.
well, I don't really
Hey.
have much of a quad.
Don't knock your thick
I don't
thighs.
have much of a quad, but I do have like nice
Thighs and
hammies, and I have like fucking real cut calves. I genetically inherited that from my dad for some fucking reason. His like show muscle, his like glory muscle, is like, you know, whatever, show off muscle, is his fucking calves. Now, granted, man's run like 4 or 5 marathons or some shit.
You gotta respect that.
Yeah, he's been like a runner his whole life, so and they're like fucking huge. They're stupid. My dad's a little taller than me. He's like an inch or two taller than me. And he's just like a little bit more of like a large overall guy, but his calves are fucking like Jesus
Tree
Christ.
trunks, huh?
They're like turkey legs. Like fucking, you know, the big old turkey legs you get at the fucking Renaissance Fair or whatever.
Oh
the
yeah,
fuck.
dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they're ridiculous, and they're just chiseled like a motherfucker. It's all that running, you know.
That'll do it.
But I don't fucking run. I have fucked up feet, but I got the calves somehow. I don't know how that fucking works, but you know, it's a thing.
Do you just find yourself flexing them in the mirror sometimes? I do that.
Every once in a while.
I'll flex a calf.
What's your is that your like I don't know, what do you feel like is your
My
like
calves are fire.
yeah, your calves?
My calves are fire.
I got good calves, good like, well, not so much right now because I'm not really working out like that. But
Working out's ass. Isn't it ass?
until it's not.
Until it's cool.
Yeah, until
It's
it's not.
usually ass.
It takes
Fucking
about like a
ass,
month
dude.
or two
Yeah.
for you to get past where it's ass.
Having a workout buddy really helps.
And yes, it
For
does.
me.
And then
Accountable.
once you're starting to
accountability.
see gains and your body's like got more energy and is used to it, then it fucking rules. Like I worked out like an insane person when I was getting clean from
Well, that's
heroin.
good.
So like for like
As much as exercising sucks, it's a lot better than heroin.
yes,
For sure.
So
It's
for
a
like
huge upgrade over heroin.
3.5 years, all I did was like go to NA meetings, work 2 jobs, smoke cigarettes, drink coffee, and go to the gym.
I mean, that's kind of a savage human being right there. You're kind of a gangster.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to keep myself busy because I'd fucking go steal some shit and try to fly dope if I didn't. So I was like, I really wanted to quit. I was like,
It's a power move, dude. Seriously.
so I was just like, I'm fucking gonna fill up every moment of every day and just like sleep and then wake up, meditate, go to one job, hit an NA meeting, go work out, go take a shower, go to the second job, hit an NA meeting, go home, go to sleep, do the thing again. And I just did that for like 3.5 years. And towards after about 2.5 years, I kind of stopped going to any meetings and I didn't work as much. I started trying to be a tattooer, and then I started drinking again. Fucking. And you know, I haven't done heroin since. So
Well, that's big.
that's the success. Be 12 years in September.
God bless you, dude.
12 fucking years. I used to not be able to like take when people are like, "That's really awesome, man! Congratulations!" Because I was like, I probably shouldn't have been doing heroin in the first fucking place. But I think I've.
You can say that about anything that like you grow past and get better from. It's like, oh well, if I just wasn't this piece of shit in the first place, I wouldn't have needed to. But it's like you were, but some people just still are and will be, or whatever. Like,
my counselor in rehab told me, like, my therapist in rehab told me one of the most impactful things I ever heard in my life. Because I just told him about all the shit that happened to me when I was a kid, happened to me when I was a teenager, and then, like, you know, all the crime and stuff that I did, and, like, all just, like, everything, the whole thing. I told him my whole life story. I was ready to get better. And after 3 sessions of him just listening, I finally, like, caught up to current day. And, the first thing he said was like, Dave, it is a miracle you're not a serial killer or a pedophile. And then you just became a heroin addict. This is your first real chance to get better and be okay. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, do you mean I'm not a piece of shit? He's like, no, it's a miracle you turned out this well. Like, I was like, oh. Well, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah,
you know?
cool.
Like,
something to work off of.
Yeah. I somehow didn't lose, like, my, like, I don't know, desire to not be a piece of shit from all that. I still wanted to be good, you know?
Hell yeah.
That's for that, too.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you. No. I think more people have that in them than I often think, because I'm a little jaded, but, and so many people are just selfish dickheads, I feel like. But,
I mean, you've had a lot of interactions with a lot of those kinds of people.
yeah, I've been a comic for 9 years.
I mean, they exist. People who are pieces of shit always exist. They're everywhere. But people who are good or who are pieces of shit who are trying to not be or trying to be better,
Right.
I feel like there's a lot of those people too. And they won't.
sure.
They're not going to be as in your face and like a problem for you. So you might not even notice a lot of times like who those people actually are because they're busy not being a dickhead and making everything be your problem about it because they're assholes.
I usually fucking recognize those people though. I usually like suss them out when, especially in, I would say in the comedy scene, is that like somebody's not being a dickhead, not getting into altercations with people, not talking shit on people, not talking shit on people on stage. That happens. That's always gross and weird. You know, I've only ever had an issue. I mean, I've thought people were dickheads and I just didn't deal with them. Didn't talk to them, whatever. Don't talk shit on them, whatever. Just, and I just, you don't care. I don't care. You don't matter to me. The only person I've ever really talked shit on or came after in the comedy scene is a woman beating rapist, so fuck that guy.
Yeah, no good. I don't like those characteristics.
No.
Those are bad ones. A bad start to this guy's story.
Yeah, no. Piece of shit.
It's good.
And I would dislike that person in any walk of life. You know, not just the comedy scene. Anytime that happens, I don't think you're cool.
If I hear rapist, dude, we can't be friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can hang out a couple times.
Knucklehead, you know, knucklehead move.
I'm just kidding.
Well, a knucklehead, you know what I mean? It's just a real dorky thing to do. You know what I mean?
Just buy a fucking midget torso, dude.
Buy a midget torso.
Buy a midget torso. You don't gotta be raping, bro. Rape that midget torso. Nobody cares if you do that. Be very violent with that midget torso. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, dude. Choke that thing. Punch it.
Oh my god.
Punch in its shoulder stubs, dude. Whatever you gotta do.
Oh man.
The nubs are the worst part.
The fucking shoulder nubs, dude.
So what else has happened in this past week? What's been going on? What's you get excited about the election?
I couldn't be any less excited about the election. Actually, as it gets closer, I get less excited.
Yeah. Every day I get a little less.
I really want to hear about it, and people are gonna be talking about it, and I just don't want to hear the bullshit. In my mind, we don't even have a leader. We're just fucking living, dude. You know what I mean?
I love it.
I don't even think about laws, as you can probably tell. As you can probably tell from my recent.
Maybe think about laws a little bit.
Yeah, my recent felony arrest has opened my eyes to these law things. But before that,
Maybe think
These
about
law things.
yeah, I didn't even think about laws before that. I don't think about any of that. I think politicians are all, you know, dirtbags that are just like above the law and fuck us all. That's my vision of them. That's how I view them. So
I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
I don't really ever want to vote ever again. I've voted a couple times and it's not for me. You know, I tried it. Gave it a try.
Give it the old college try.
Not a fan, dude.
Not a fan.
It's like voting for fucking.
Haven't you never voted?
I have never voted.
Fucking good on you.
I am
I don't blame you. It's
I have done jury duty twice.
Wow.
Oh, I can't. They
I don't
won't let
want
me.
to.
But
I have too much.
well, I haven't gotten. I've just had
They
to
won't
miss
let
a
me.
day.
You're
I've just
lucky,
had to
dude.
miss a day of work, and they pay you like $5.
Oh.
But I haven't gotten to like actually be on a jury. The first one, I think I disqualified myself because of a question that I asked, which is like, it was partially what I was going for. I was like, I'm pretty sure that they're not going to like this. But also, I felt like it was my duty as a citizen to be like, actually, that's not, yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that.
What was it?
So it was, you know, they don't give you too many details about the case. They give you like a sort of a frame of, and it depends. They'll have, so there's somebody from the defense and somebody from the prosecution, and they both get to, you're like lined up. At least this is in Hayes County where I was registered or whatever. You're lined up on these like really long pews in this like big legal conference room, and so the defense and the prosecution get to ask different questions in order to select the jury members.
Right.
And
Which is a weird thing.
The details in this
Yeah.
case that were
Just
given.
pretend to be racist. Get out of it like this.
There are things that you can do. Like I know a guy who got out of jury duty because he checked. There's like a little card that you get, and you have to like. Basically, you know, you have to respond to it. And he checked that he was not of sound mind.
Oh, that's all it takes? Why doesn't everybody do that?
Well, I don't know, because I mean, I feel like it's kind of embarrassing maybe
You're
to admit
finding
that
out
you're,
here,
or to say
guys.
that you're crazy to the government, and that I don't know if that has any other consequences. But like, if you're not of sound mind, you're not supposed to be able to be on a jury. I maybe should have. I didn't. Whatever. I went. And this case was, they wouldn't give us that many details, but basically some sort of incident where the only people present were policemen and a guy at his house, something about with like a shotgun or something. And the question that I'm pretty sure I got disqualified for, or like the issue that I raised, was they were like, so if these are the only two people and it's eyewitness testimony and the testimony is coming from the policeman, like you should be able to trust that testimony, right? And I was like, and I'm trying to remember, I think what I said basically was like, while it is often admissible in court, eyewitness testimony is one of the worst forms of evidence that we have. We know that it's not good. People's memories are unreliable. They see things wrong. They encode things wrong when something big is happening.
Right.
And so, like, the fact that it's just two people there and one of them is already in a position of authority, I don't really understand how that would be something that I should just be like, oh yeah, whatever they said is probably what happened. And then they were like,
Nope.
no.
That's
Whatever.
funny.
That's what I actually thought. You know.
It's true. It's
And
true.
I think
we
I'm
have
right.
Any, did we have any Anthony vocab words?
Words. I think the vocab
I
word
can
is
do
word.
words.
Actually, it's just the word word.
Words. Warbles is a thing.
Were there any good words in there? I don't.
I think you've naturally dumbed it down because you don't want me to get lost. Naturally, I think you both dumbed it down because you're like, he keeps getting lost.
no.
We gotta chill. If I was doing jury duty, you know what I would do? If I was a Texan, I would just like Texas it up hard. Like I would like really push the accent and just like say racist shit, even though I'm clearly not racist. I would just sit down, like, you know, sit down and be like, you know.
Well, what was the race of the assailant?
Yeah. My motto with defendants is, if they're minorities, they're guilty. And then they were just like, all right, you can go, sir. Sir, you can go. Yeah, you can just get right out of here. Please don't come back, actually. And I'm like, all right.
Incredible.
Success. I don't hate any minorities, but if that's gonna get me off this fucking mind-numbing bullshit, because that's gotta be like painfully, like boring experience.
I got called in
I
for it
thought-
one time,
I thought
and
it was
I went
actually
in
kind
because
of
I
amused by
responded
them
to
a
it,
little bit, but-
and they were like, "Wait, your name's David Joseph Borowski." I'm like, "Yep." Is this rape social? Yep. And they're like, I don't know why you even got called in. Your record, you can't even, like, you can't even do this. Like, just go home. I was like, oh, okay.
The funny thing is, they didn't even look at your record. They just saw you were Polish, and they were like, ooh. blocks does it take to get to a verdict? That's the joke, folks.
But it can't all be gems.
I actually thought most of I thought it was interesting, like the process. The part of it that sucked was the like bureaucratic bullshit of it all.
Well, yeah.
It takes a really long time.
Yeah.
The first time I went, there was like a freeze, but they didn't let anybody know, and the offices didn't even open until like an hour and a half after that you were supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So we just couldn't do anything. We just like, I'm already in San Marcos. It's like an 45-minute hour drive from Dripping Springs. So like, I'm not gonna go home.
Right.
And then it ended up taking like 3 hours longer than it was supposed to. And they were like, we might have to come back tomorrow. Like before you even know if you can be on the jury. Luckily that didn't end up happening, but it was just like the actual proceedings of it are kind of cool. Like I think they're a little bit messed up and weird, but that part of it was more interesting. It was just all the like, okay, now everybody line up and we're gonna call your names individually one by one, and like all those like procedural pretty stupid.
Sounds brutal.
But I fulfilled my duties as a citizen. Not for voting, but I've been on a jury duty. I've done my duty.
I think that counts as one vote, right? If you do jury duty twice, that's like you voted once. I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
I feel
karmically.
I feel like if you vote 5 times, it negates 3 jury duties. I think it's the opposite actually.
I voted twice.
I voted twice also. Yeah, that's it. And I won't ever do it again.
I'm over it. Got over it real quick.
Interesting. Yeah, I never.
It was when the DNC pushed out Bernie Sanders that I was like, I don't think I'm ever gonna do this.
He's
again.
Jewish, dude. Their system's corrupt. They don't want certain groups to be president, dude. Think about it, man. Like a Hispanic person's never been president, an Italian person's never been president. I don't think a Catholic person's ever been president.
I thought JFK was Catholic.
Oh,
JFK
fuck
was
a duck's ass. You're
He
right.
was,
You're
yeah.
right, dude. Yes, but there hasn't
And
been.
it was a big issue at the time too.
But it's like, who gives a fuck, dude?
Because this is a Puritan.
Stupid. That's
Country.
so dumb, dude. Just some asshole who makes good decisions.
So
Who gives a
this
fuck
is
who
an
we look praise to,
evangelical,
bro?
Puritan
Who the fuck
country.
cares anymore? The fact that people still even think about religion, like the fact there's still so much religious hostility in the world is so fucking stupid to me, man. And that's not to say that believing in something is stupid, but to fight and kill people over your religion, like you should all just sit back and think about how fucking dumb you are. That's what I want to say to the Middle East.
Like
You guys are all
what
fucking
God
children.
wants there to be?
You're fucking children,
terrible
dude.
wars.
Yeah.
Like
You
what?
believe, yeah.
Yeah, go
Like,
ahead.
if they believe in this, they should be killed. Like, you're fucking stupid. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah,
they all like pray in like these buildings away from you. Like, why do you give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
they're in your house praying. They go to some fucking weird shaped buildings and they say their fucking things. Like, why do you care?
That's like why religious people like why they have it up their butts about gay and trans people. I don't fucking understand it either.
Was the up your butts thing like a subtle pun?
Hey,
Was it?
is, yeah. I think it's honestly mostly suppressed homosexuality.
Probably, dude.
But
That's
also,
why it makes people so mad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen that. Like the people that get the most outraged about stuff, it's like, ugh. You're like, wait, you're so in the closet.
like frat
Yeah.
guys.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much. Yeah.
dude, bro.
Like
I'm
frat
not
guys.
fucking gay, bro.
Frat guys are the first guy to be like, bro, that's so gay. Meanwhile, they're like secretly craving cocks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everything they do hazing wise involves cocks and balls and piss
Yeah,
and
yeah.
jizz.
Put
Spanking
pickles
each
up your
other.
butt.
Just,
Yeah.
just some kind of male private parts are always out, and it's like, but everything else is gay. Bro.
I do also think
Not our
that
thing
that's
anymore.
grooming for like the higher level of like secret societies.
Yes, because you've heard the stories
This
recently.
ritualistic.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Cat
it's grooming.
Williams.
It's grooming for people like that. Once you're like, then you go to the Masons after a frat.
Yeah.
Then you go to Skull and Bones after that, or you go to Hollywood, or you
Yeah.
or you go to the local Senate.
Yep, and
You
then
know?
one day you're just blowing Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah,
and you know where
he's
he went wrong.
filming it, and now he's like, cool. Now you're gonna do anything I want.
Because there's a recent one, I don't know if you guys heard the recent story that kind of goes along with what you're saying. But there's a rumor that Meek Mill, the rapper, from Philly as well, by the way,
Yes.
Philly shout out, supposedly had to blow P. Diddy to like get to where he was. Somebody leaked that recently, and now Meek Mill's all upset saying it's not true. Cat Williams also said that Harvey Weinstein wanted to suck his dick, I think.
Yeah.
There's just like the secret like celebrity dick sucking ring we don't know about.
Well, yeah. Sexual acts is like one of the biggest forms of leverage. Like when you have that blackmail on somebody, like that, it could ostensibly ruin.
It's so crazy.
Especially gay or underage. Underage.
It's almost like a dominance move, right?
Yeah, it's exactly
asserting your dominance with a BJ. That's so weird.
Like, I have this on you now.
God.
Which is fucking wild, but also like these fucking sociopath, fucking psychopath fuckers, if they're not gonna become like, well, I guess in this case, serial rapist is kind of true. They're going to become politicians. They're going to become whatever they can get the most power for them, most money for them out of these rules that are already set in motion. That's why it fucking sucks for us people that don't want to do that, because we're not sociopaths. Because they're just using the rules that were set in motion and slowly twisting them and making them worse. So they can increase their power and money.
The things are going to be, I mean, the people that we need to change the system are the people that are not willing to operate within that kind of thing. And the people that are going to call out that kind of behavior as not being okay. I know we've talked about this on the podcast. My feelings about this kind of stuff. But I think we're cleaning out the infection. Slowly.
Hopefully. I don't know. It seems like the infection's getting to the point where it's starting to gangrene.
Yeah, well, hopefully we don't go septic, but like, you know, it's worth a shot to try. We need good people, honest people.
But don't vote.
I just don't think. Okay, so the reason that I've never voted, and it's stupid, and people are probably, if anybody watches this, they're probably going to come for me in the comments, and that's okay. I appreciate your opinion. Thank you for watching, but I don't think that there should be a two-party system. And however much we say, like, oh, well, there's a third party, there never is. There never actually is. It never is allowed to gain enough traction.
Right.
And within that two-party system, the possibility for reform and actual change is sort of like knocked down by the other side and by the own side, like with Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
He was a politician that I really actually believe in. I went to one of his talks in Austin when he was like gearing up to run.
I was gonna.
And it was incredible. It was compelling, and I would have been on board, except that I realized before they had even announced whatever that he wasn't going to. I was like, they're not gonna let him. They're gonna divide themselves, and they're gonna say that that's the reason that they can't go with him, but I think the actual reason is that the status quo for the people that have been in power trading back and forth is what they want to maintain.
Yes.
Over any kind of social change or what's actually good for America or its citizens. And I really realized that when I took like a semester of government in high school, and I was like, this is so messed up. I don't want to be
participate.
I don't want to be I don't want to be complicit with it, because I feel like that's me saying that this is okay, and it's not. Maybe I should like work on some other kind of shit to make some kind of change
with that or something. For a while after that happened, and did some pretty cool things that I'm not going to mention on the pod. But I'll talk to you guys about them outside during a cigarette. But
you want to incriminate yourself on the pod?
Yeah, we're just not going to talk about that.
We don't need to get flagged. We don't.
No, and also I also realized that some of the stuff that this group that I was working with, which I also won't mention because I think there's a lot of good people and they're doing great stuff, and there's a lot of good work that I do with those. Some of those people that were in that anarchist group just liked chaos. And they didn't actually like the traditional concept of what anarchy is, which just means self-governance. Like, that's basically what America was supposed to be. It was supposed to be self-governance. And no controlling overarching, government force. But yeah, I mean, thankfully, unthankfully, but yeah, the federal government, the creation of the federal government fucked that completely. That's what I think that should happen. Like, you're my neighbor, me and you should figure out if somebody, like, over here gets murdered, like, we should figure out what to do with that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them and their family, you and your, like, that person's family and the victims, like the perpetrator's family, we should all get together and be like, cool, how can we make this right?
Let's just fuck his wife and call it even. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or like, fuck his wife in front of him, make him cry a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Be like, we'll do this to you again if you fucking kill anybody again.
But she's hot, so you're almost hoping he does it again.
Really dark.
You're like, just do it again, bro. One more murder, just one. Maybe an assault, something mild. I don't know.
It's very Old West.
Well, and
We needed some weirdness.
obviously that's
we needed.
obviously that's a joke, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think that that's a much better thing. Any sort of like overarching government. Give me one example of where it's worked and hasn't become corrupt to some extent in all of human history. You can't do it
Can't do it.
because it always happens.
Well, I
Why
can't do it
you
because I'm
fucking-
uneducated, but
Well, no, I studied this shit like intensely because I get to be a bit of a fucking maniac, and I just like will read and research about something that I'm curious about until like I feel like I've learned pretty much whatever I desire to know about it. I won't say I'm an expert on whatever, just because I was interested in it for a time. But yeah, there's no example of a government that is at the level of at least an American government, like that. It's basically an empire that lasts. Because it always ends up fucking crumbling itself. And it always Icarus is itself. It always flies a little too close to the sun, gets a little too big or whatever, and never actually retains all control and then falls apart.
I used to have this idea about the United States. I'm curious as to what you guys think about it.
Okay.
And it's sort of like, it's gonna sound like I'm just like a Texas person and I want to secede.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. But I feel like the United States is too big of a country with too much variance in culture and demographics and like, yeah, that's one of the cool.
It's not
beautiful
China
things
or
about-
Russia that it is
but-
a big country, but it's a very singular cultural.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, well, even China gets a rap for being singular culturally, but that's kind of what that's because it's what they put out, and they put the other people in camps or like disenfranchise them.
Right.
There are distinct cultural and ethnic groups in China that just don't really get talked about.
No, I believe.
I don't know about Russia. It's much farther apart, and I don't have as much knowledge about it. But I know China.
There.
Yeah, it doesn't get mentioned very much because that doesn't promote like the idea of like a unified
All right.
China.
We got to get to a goofy segment.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Goofy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I think the
Anthony's,
U.S.
like,
should be
over here yawning.
should be like 4 or 5 countries.
I'm just sick in the head. You guys
Should be like 4 or 5 countries.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
We got the swamp people. We got the like
East Coast, West Coast, North, South, middle.
something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I'm technically a Texan now, so fuck everything else.
You're in the right place there, but I'll tell you what.
Till we
Hell yeah.
something.
Hell fucking yeah,
When shit
dude.
hits the fan, where you want to be? With the guns, probably, right? I don't know.
Man, we're cocked and loaded down here, man. We're fucking ready. We're fucking ready, dude.
All right.
All right. No more politics for the rest of the pod, but
Hey, we got goofy. Is that what you
yeah,
want?
it worked out.
I
Yeah.
knew that.
Hell yeah, man. Ended on a good fucking note, dude.
But,
hell yeah, man.
But I have to go feed the monkey that lives in my back named Nicotine. So we're gonna take a beat and we're gonna come back. Be cool if we did something else, but also a brief vocab segment. I thought.
Okay.
I like that. I like the vocab segment.
Dude, fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm in the mood to learn. Let's do it, boys and girls.
Oh, we gonna learn you good.
I need it. I fucking
Just
need
you
it.
wait.
I'll tell you what, I need it.
All right, we're gonna be back in a minute, guys.
Yeah, how about this one? The toilet is right next to the shower. Seems inconvenient. But what if you're a couple and you want to pleasure your partner, but they have to shower and you have to shit? 2 turds, 1 stone, dude. Two turds, 1 bone. You know what I mean? Just saying. Just saying.
No, that's crazy, man. I think somebody does a bit about it too, but like the worst feeling is when you shit, when you take a shower right afterwards, and you're like, "Fuck yeah, that's awesome." Then you get out of the shower and you're like, "Fuck, I gotta shit again."
We've all done it, dude.
Post-shower poop
No
is the
shower
worst.
poop.
It's
PSP.
wild.
PSPs are no fun for anyone.
Should I roll up? Should I
I'm
roll
not
up my
talking about the
sleeves?
PlayStation
So I'm part of the gang. Should I?
Yeah, I said that while you were shitting, dude.
Yeah.
I heard
Roll up
it.
your slizzies, dude.
I'm gonna roll up my slizzies.
Show off those bony
Sounds
white
like
shoulders,
that.
dude.
Show off my shitty self-imposed stick and poke tattoo that doesn't really exist anymore.
It's kind of badass, dude. Looks homemade. Is that homemade?
Yeah, I did it myself when I was like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, I was just hot, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going full white trash. I'm gonna have a Boston Celtics jersey on with no
It's
sleeves.
alright. We're
Like,
both hairy.
No,
Cold.
you look good with it, but I just look like I fucking like beat my wife. You know what I mean? I look like white beater.
It's fine.
I
I
don't.
beat my wife. No.
Very
I would
early
never.
seasons Mac from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, I look like I fucking run a
I don't
prep
know,
team on
you kind of
Thursdays.
look like early season because he rolls up his shit a lot.
He either rolls it up or he fucking just wears cutoffs. That's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Yeah, true that.
Well, whatever. I'm just joining.
This is
I'm
a
just joining
dude's.
the pod.
This is a dude's shirt.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm sure you guys can hear that, but the neighbors are watching like Dunkirk at 11 or something.
So loud.
Yeah, they're watching Saving Private Ryan. I'm almost sure. Well, it sounds like a battle scene going on
Yeah.
there, dude. Jesus.
Maybe there's an actual battle scene. It's not.
Yeah, I
it's
think
not
it's a
sound
shootout.
system at all.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Texas. It could just be a shootout.
Could just be a shootout. But yeah, no, like I had a crazy experience with a neighbor in an apartment complex.
Oh no.
Which is a very fun story.
Do you think any neighbors have a glory hole through their apartment walls?
God, I hope so. I hope that exists.
It's only neighborly. I
Think
mean,
about
you
that,
know.
dude. Some people share sugar as neighbors. Some people share cops.
Right?
You know what I mean?
What's more
All out of
neighborly?
dick.
You know?
You got-
I'm all out of sugar, but I got a nice cock for you.
Yeah. What's more neighborly, really? You know.
Nothing. You want a little cream? You need a little cream for your coffee? I got you here. Oh!
Unless you're living. The ooh is what did it. I think that's what really fucking nailed
I've been
it.
working on my aim. I got it first try over here. First fucking try. Holy shit.
Oh my god, you almost made me spit
Ooh,
everywhere.
I got half and half too if you need it, alright? Fucking Splenda, I got it all over here. Oh! That's my climax sound. Don't fucking judge me, alright? We all climax differently. God made us all a little different, alright?
Oh, you're
Jesus
so
Christ.
aggressive.
Fucking white people, I tell you. Oh my god. You just don't understand this. Fucking God almighty.
I was gonna say for a neighbor glory hole situation, you have to have really, really thin walls unless you're like black.
True. Yeah, framing of the wall. Maybe you cut a hole in the wall, but there's a nail nearby. Now your dick's fucking compromised.
No one wants that.
Nobody wants a dick compromised. It's not even worth it. Just scratch the whole idea. They fucking ruined it for us.
Oh, fuck.
That was another possible Shark Tank
Just put
idea.
caulk around the inside. That's
Put caulk around your cock.
Yeah.
Just caulk around your
cock
cock.
the cock.
Just cock the cock,
Cock it up.
dude. You gotta walk the walk and cock the cock, folks. You have to in this life.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
No, I had this. All right, this is maybe the funniest. Maybe not the worst, but the craziest and the funniest, like, shitty neighbor experience. There's this little, like, bangsy mullet, you know, kind of alt chick
I heard you don't like her.
that, it looks like she should be in a
Spoiler, you're
noise band or something, you know, like, just not, like wears, like, ironic, like, wolf t-shirts, you know what I mean?
Oh,
All right. Well,
God.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, but also like the
not ironic, it's just cool.
the shitty like southern bangs, but with like a mullet, but like she's got like stick and poke tattoos. Excuse me. On paper, we probably should have been friends with this girl, me and my roommate. However, we didn't know like she's. I think maybe she smoked weed, but she didn't drink. She's like sober-ish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be a drug addict. We found that out through various interactions that were not awesome. I think the first we like tried to be nice and be like me and my roommate were drinking on my balcony and we were like, hey, we just moved in, what's your name, like we're your neighbors, we were trying to be cool. She was like walking her dogs and she was like, oh, that's my name or whatever, and we're like, cool man, nice to meet you, come over for a beer sometime. And she's like, we're like, alright, we're just trying to be friendly, whatever, we're in the fucking South now, like trying to do the thing.
Generally is a good move.
And like, I don't know, me and him would just talk about our day, talk about like trying to meet girls, talk about comedy, like, you know, comedy scene stuff. On our balcony, I was like smoking cigarettes, we're drinking, you know, hanging out. It's our fucking balcony, we're gonna do it. You know? And somebody, I think it was her, left us a note saying like, you know, just so you know, your neighbors can hear all of your very detailed conversations on your balcony. We were like, yeah, we don't care. Like, so we just didn't change anything and didn't like freak out or like, you know, be weird, try to investigate the neighborhood or anything. We were just like, yeah, we don't give a shit. We're just gonna keep doing our thing. Who cares? And then last year on my roommate's birthday, we like threw him the softest birthday party ever. Like, we got him like a cake that said "You go, girl."
I mean, that's
and like a tiara and like decorated with like little girl like birthday decorations everywhere. Like got like rosé to drink and shit. Like just did all like the.
Where's the weird part come in? I don't understand. It sounds like a damn good time.
Well, and he got home from work at like midnight or something, and we were already like had everything decorated. We blew up a bunch of balloons and just drew vaginas on them.
This is awesome.
This is really funny.
Why didn't I get an invite? I'm fucking pissed, dude.
Well, you weren't in town yet. But you would have been there. Damn. So we just invited like all of like our friends, you know, and we just threw the softest birthday party ever for my roommate. And it was so fucking cute when he came in the door and was just like, "Aw, you guys." Like, we were obviously making fun of him, you know, and like being like, "Here, put your fucking tiara on, birthday girl."
That's awesome.
And but he like wore the tiara. We hung out, we drank, like, you know, we got red velvet chocolate cake, like the most like girly, like delicious cake or whatever.
Did you steal this story from my diary, dude? Because you're nailing it right now.
Well, at about 1:30 in the morning, we're bumping music, having a good time. For most of the day, I had like the door to the balcony open, and I was listening to music while I was like cleaning up the apartment and like just letting it air out, and you know, because we have cats, so we have cat boxes. So sometimes you gotta let the apartment breathe a little bit.
Yeah, I've had some boxes in my apartment too that made me have to open the windows. Ooh, get them out right away though. You know what I mean? Quick thing, strictly. You have no choice.
So I've been listening. I don't know about you, man, but like when I like clean, I like to like pump like music that gets me a little hype.
Techno. Am I the only one?
I don't really.
Dude, I'm like electric sliding while I'm doing like the moonwalk while I sweep and shit. I'm fucking like doing one of these maneuvers.
I usually listen to like hardcore or like punk rock or pop punk or like just like
something
stuff that's like upbeat.
Something that pumps you up.
Yeah, something that pumps you up, like shit like I would work out to almost, you know.
I'm just fist bumping while I'm fucking
So I've been cleaning the apartment for like 6 hours, like getting it like spotless and then like decorating and all this stuff. So I've been listening to music fairly loud with the you know, balcony door open, which apparently was annoying my neighbor. She'd like come over and be like, "Hey man, can you like close your balcony door because your music's bugging me?" At all. And it was like, that would have been the thing to do, because I would have been like, "Oh yeah, sure. I was just cleaning, listening to music, get myself pumped. Close the balcony door, no problem." Instead, she waited till 1:30 in the morning until she like couldn't.
She was Italian? You did one of these, dude? Was this a guinea broad? Was this a fucking?
Because we're hanging out.
It's because we're hanging out. I'm starting to pick it up.
What it is the glare off my forehead. It shines into your eyes and makes you Italian too. I'm like the Italian Cyclops. Like, you know, Cyclops from the X-Men, but instead of my eyes, I burn you with the greasy glare on my forehead. You can see it actually.
We're all three oily people. I think it's it just
yeah. You hang out with me for an hour, and all of a sudden you find yourself being like, oh,
wait.
How's your sister?
So she comes over, she like cop knocks on the door, and Andrew answers the door and is like, "Hey, you coming over to like hang out for my birthday party?" And she was like, "Fuck no, turn your fucking music down, close the fucking balcony door if you're gonna be listening." Fucking just like goes off, and Andrew's just like, "Thank you for letting us know the music's bothering you. Like, well, I'll turn it down a couple notches right now. We'll make sure that the door to the balcony's closed so we're not like bugging you. Do you want a beer? Do you want to come in and hang out? Do you want to just like, we'll do that? Like, you know, like, but just let you know, we're not like excluding you. We're like, you're totally welcome to come over anytime." you know, and she's just like, I don't fucking drink like you fucking degenerates. You know, I used to be a fucking drug addict, so like I fucking know what you guys are doing in here. And we were like, we have like rosé and like
Red velvet cake
and like a little bit of whiskey and some fucking like Lone Stars. Like we're not like up here blowing lines or anything crazy. And we're all kind of like, what the fuck?
She's like, I know you kids, you're shoving masculine up your asses.
The girl I was dating at the time was a Latina, like fiery Latina.
Is there any other kind?
I don't think so. But I mean, maybe you know, there is exceptions to all rules. But she's like, I'm gonna stab this bitch. Like, you know, like she starts getting fucking hype, and like I'm like, chill out, let Andrew handle it. He's trying like his best. He's like calm. He's not getting upset. He's like, hey, I understand you're annoyed, you're bothered, whatever. Like, how can we make this like work and like not be shitty? And she was like, and I know that green hair drops a hard F word on me. Just straight up drops a hard F word on me. No, the one that rhymes with Bob Saget. Yeah. And it made me laugh because she looks so dykey that like. But you could see it too because she also looked like dykey, like left progressive, very much. You know what I mean? Like could be they them-ish. So like, and I think the word's funny. I'm a little crossfade.
It's a good one.
So like,
it's a doozy.
She drops it and it just makes me laugh. So I just start laughing, and also as soon as she said it, you could see in her face like, oh no, like. That might actually be hate speech towards this person in this context. You can see on her face, she like almost instantly like, oh fuck, I'm gonna get canceled or something. Just washed over her face. And that made Andrew laugh. So now I'm laughing, Andrew's laughing. Everybody else in the party, except for the girl I was dating at the time, also start laughing. And like, the girl I was dating at the time like is like, I'm gonna fuck this bitch up. And like, so we're like, calm down. That makes her more angry that we're all laughing because she called me a hard F word. And so she leaves. About 6 or 7 months go by, and I'm dating Stevie at this point. And we were like, yeah.
Finally, things started to turn for the better, dude.
Well, so we were at the like early stage of our relationship where we could just like stay up all night and talk.
Of course.
You know? And so we were like, I was like laying down on the balcony smoking a cigarette and Stevie's like snuggling me. And we're just talking and stuff. I was like sad about some shit and I needed to vent about it. And I think it was right around the anniversary of my son dying. I think that's what I was all upset about. Maybe. And it's like 7:30 in the morning. We'd just been up all night hanging out and talking.
Not being super loud, not playing music real loud, not talking that loud.
Drinking a little bit, but not like even shit-faced. Like, just up all night talking, just like, you know, like that kinetic, like early stage of relationship.
Honeymoon phase, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, and our balcony is like here, her balcony was like there. So like...
Down and across.
Yeah, down and across. And so she's out, like, watering her plants or whatever, and just immediately starts talking shit. Like, we can hear her. We're right there.
I mean, is that us?
Yeah, and she was just like, oh, you guys are up all night fucking doing drugs. I know what kind of
I want to watch you fuck on the balcony.
Yeah.
You just fucked on the balcony?
No!
Oh, I was gonna say that's dope.
That would have been way cooler if we were actually fucking on the balcony.
I'm just giving her you're both giving her the finger while they was plowing you.
That would have been cool.
I thought about after that. I think I suggested it to you.
Yeah, I think we both talked about it. But
like a revenge thing.
Well, and so we're just like trying, like we're not fucking, like we're not like really looking at her or anything. We're just like, all right, this is really fucking happening.
We were in like, yeah.
And so we're like, we're not fucking, dude. Like, geez, well, you were about to fuck. I could tell. Like, I used to stay up and do drugs, just hurling that shit.
You're junkies. You're like.
And then she has these boxes outside where her dogs can like shit on the balcony. They're like outside dog boxes that are like cat boxes, weirdly. They have like little fake grass around it, so like I guess the dogs can just do their business there or whatever. And she like hurls dog shit at us. She like
with a bare hand?
Yep.
raw dogs some dog shit, and
That's hatred
throws
right
it
there.
at
That's
us.
real hatred, dude. If you're behind
It almost hit him. He dodged it.
Well, the first time it just like hit the balcony and got mostly hit on like the little bars on the balcony. You know, you've been outside of my balcony. The little metal bars, and so like it kind of like almost got us like with a scatter shot.
It was a bird shot, turn shot.
And then she like
Instead of bird shot, it was turn shot.
and then she like
Had the spread like turn shot.
like calls us some fucking other mean things and then like goes
Yeah.
inside.
I think she also thought that I was your last girlfriend.
Oh yeah, because I generally date people with colored hair, or they quickly do after I date them. Because I'm good at.
I didn't
colored
get
hair.
that shit from you.
I know. Usually it's people that have already done it or are currently doing it, or you know haven't done it in a while, and they're like, "Oh, you can do my hair. Let's do it up or whatever." And I dye more people's hair than just people that I fucked. To be very clear, I dye Dallas's hair all the time.
You haven't fucked Dallas.
No,
I just
yeah.
assumed you had fucked Dallas.
Not yet, at least. No, and so I'm a little pissed, but I was like, how can I do this in the most, like, how can I be shitty in the nicest, most neighborly possible way? So I just go and get like a Walmart bag, and I pick up the dog shit off of the balcony, and I tie it, and I go return it to her.
That's a pretty noble thing to do.
You
Dude.
put it on your door.
I like knocked on her door.
Oh yeah.
And like held it, and then for a moment she was like, "What the fuck are you doing at my fucking door?" Because she like looked through the peephole or whatever. And so I was like, "Oh, I just you lost something. I was returning it to you. I'll leave it on your doorknob. It's fine." Then she opens the door and is like, "Don't you fucking leave it on my fucking doorknob." And I was like, "But it's yours." I just thought maybe you should have it, you know, because it's yours.
Yeah. What you guys should have done is you should have both went to the door, knocked, and just started fucking. And then when she opened the door, one of you's holding the shit and you're fucking. Double whammy.
That would've been
You wanted to
great
see
fun.
us fuck, huh,
But
bitch?
I wanted to be like completely above the law on it. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to be like there's no way.
Blameless on paper, but still a dick in
Yes.
return.
Yeah. But like no way that she could actually fucking, you know. She's like, "You're trespassing." I'm like, "I'm not in your apartment."
That's wild.
And she's like, "My dad's a cop. I have guns in here." And I was like,
this bitch?
"I don't know, probably roughly our age." Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just like, well, I mean, it's yours. So I like tried to hand it to her, and then she like tried to push it out of my hand. And I was like, "I'll put it on your doorknob. I'll leave it right here. It's fine." And then, you know, "Hey, have a great day. Have a better one." That's just being me.
Just be like, hey, I hope the rest of your day isn't a bag of shit.
Yeah.
But here's your bag of
Like
shit.
you,
Yeah,
shitbag. Alright.
I didn't call her any names or
No.
anything. And then, like, as we're walking back over to my apartment,
She
she
came
comes
back
back out
on
into
the
her
balcony
balcony
again.
and started screaming like how she'll shoot us if we ever come over there again. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
We're
so
like terrible
now
people,
terrible neighbors,
junkies, and
yeah, horrible junkies, terrible neighbors, all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, so now, like, if your dad's a cop, you should know that you've now, like, threatened physical harm to me and my girlfriend. You've thrown feces at us, which technically is assault. And she's like, "You want to fucking show? I'll show you."
Yeah, do it again.
And she's raw dogs, more
Again.
dog shit.
I thought you were gonna say she shit now, and she's throwing her shit at you.
No,
just
raw
more
dogs,
dog
more
shit.
dog
She
shit.
doesn't clean up after her dogs that much.
And I was like, you know, is this how you clean up after your dogs? You throw it at your neighbors? And she was like, "You're a terrible neighbor." Throws more shit at me. I fucking matrix the shit. I like,
Yeah, this one was
Whoa.
fresh. The last one was kind of dry. This one was like
Wet.
Wet.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yes, and it shot right past my head.
No.
And I was like, whoop! I would have looked real dumb if that one hit me, but I fucking whoop! I you know, whatever, juked it, you know, and then she like screamed even more, went in and slammed her door, was like, "Don't ever fucking talk to me," blah blah blah, all this shit, and I'm feeling really silly having to keep the sleeve roll up thing going on.
Yeah, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Whatever, it's silly. I'll get into it. But yeah. So that and then like I feel like she knew she had absolutely no leg to stand on because like we didn't do anything wrong really. And I think it was like within 2 weeks she had moved out.
For the best.
It is.
It's
I hope
so
she's
much better. Yeah. I don't know, but don't wish I were wrong on her, but that is the wildest, like, crazy, hilarious interaction I've ever had with a bed.
It would have been a funny twist though if you like got used to the shit being flung at your apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So when the new neighbor moved in, you like knocked on his door and you're like, listen, dude. So me and the old neighbor kind of had this tradition. I'm kind of used to it now. Every once in a while,
Just like
every once in a while, if you could throw either yours or like one of your pets' shit towards my balcony, at least,
I miss
it's
it.
kind of our thing, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a neighborhood tradition at this point.
Once you try it, you'll understand. You'll get it. You know.
I thought I've been trying to figure out how, because I don't really do stories like that on stage, but there's maybe this is the platform for it, because that's such a fucking wild and funny thing.
Just the question of like, do you know how mad you have to be to barehand a shit?
She's not having a good time in her life.
There's
dude.
one punch, dude.
Had
There's
almost
one
nothing
punch.
to do with us.
You're a good comic. You can come up with all the other punches, but just that punch alone is like you're onto something there.
Yeah, like, but like that's the fucking wildest shit.
I've never touched a poop on purpose. Never once. I don't think anybody can get me mad enough to be like, this shit.
I'm gonna just grab a fistful of dog shit.
Any creature shit, really. Except for like rabbit shit. I would throw a rabbit shit. Because there's like
little
rabbit
pellets.
shit. Yeah, dude. It's like fuck yeah. It's like shooting an
That's like
airsoft
fucking
gun. It's like an airsoft
Just
gun.
grab a whole
I was gonna
fistful.
say you could probably pop those in the gel blaster.
I mean, you're a fucking entrepreneur. Those glasses are not just a front, dude. Holy fuck. Muy inteligente. God damn.
Oh, you speak Spanish.
Un poquito.
Hablas español. Qué bien.
Sí, un poquito.
No hables.
Hablo.
Fuck. See,
White people.
I
They
said.
fucking ruin everything. Whites, dude. Blancos. Fucking blancos.
honestly, my
Okay,
Spanish
nice.
used to be way better because
No me gusta
I
blancos.
used to work in restaurants
No me gusta blancos.
almost exclusively. And I've worked in a couple places that didn't have a kitchen, like a distillery, a couple bars that didn't have a kitchen. Roscoe's doesn't have a kitchen. What?
For me, it's like when you look this Hispanic, you have to know a little. Like, I look pretty. Come on. I could pass for 4 different types of
You
Hispanic.
just learned from people accidentally speaking
Yeah,
Spanish.
yeah.
You already know it.
Seriously, if I told you I was Venezuelan, Mexican, Puerto Rican, you're buying it. Spanish, like from Spain, like a real Spaniard, you're fucking buying it, dude.
Yeah.
So you gotta know a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I said, un poquito. You know?
Claramente.
I knew, like I said,
sentido.
I knew more
See,
when
you're
I was
pretty good.
working in
Don't
restaurants.
show the fuck off, alright?
But I get out of practice because when I'm not working in restaurants with predominantly Hispanic kitchen, which let's be honest.
I know they had those.
Oh, really?
Those exist. Predominantly, your next thing you're gonna tell me is they do fucking landscaping.
Get the fuck out of here.
Just kidding, folks. I love Mexicans. They're just like the Italians of the South. Right?
Sort of.
They're like the Southern. They are.
They sort of are. Well, the Italians of America,
Yeah.
rather than Italy. So they're actually very similar,
100%.
sort of like placement in I don't know, the world.
I feel like you're almost touching on something really smart, but the face that you're making in the actual.
Because I'm not.
You sound
I'm not
unsure of what you're
articulating
saying.
it
Yeah.
very nuancedly.
I think
tripping
it's.
over trying to
I
find
think
the word.
aren't they the countries in similar latitudes?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the environment, the weather.
Mexico might be a little bit farther south, but yeah, there's some.
Yeah, but in relation to the equator, they're both very close to it.
There you go. I knew what you were trying to say. And
We got there.
We got there.
America is named after an Italian guy, though. Do you guys know that?
I
I
did.
feel like I might have learned that at one point when I was like 12. And then
They don't want you to know, dude. They don't like to give the greasy fucks.
Yeah, it was
any
Uncle
credit.
Joey America.
Yeah, you know him. Yeah, the one he used to know all the fucking gamblers. He used to do the loan sharking and the fucking, come on, the racketeer.
America.
You know, Uncle Joe from around the corner, the racketeer. You know what I mean? He got all the numbers. You know the numbers. Come on. These fucking whites, you gotta teach them everything. I tell you.
I feel like Stevie's the only person who doesn't have a slight farmer stand.
I'm pale as fuck, dude. I'm looking full crap.
But like,
crazy.
I guess it's harder to tell on this one because of
Holy
the tattoos.
shit,
but it's
dude.
like pale as shit. A little pink.
Who doesn't like a little pink? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Am Am I more olive than you?
Is that our new
my
thing?
God.
Wait. Is that our new thing?
Maybe.
I don't know.
It may be.
dude.
It
I
may be.
don't know,
It may
man.
be.
Oh,
It may
sorry.
be.
I just got so hyped. All right, I'm sorry. Continue. I got hyped.
All right, I'm here to grab another brew. You want to
So
talk?
I was just looking at, because he was talking about tans and stuff, I was looking at her skin tones, and I would expect as an Italian person for you to be like way more olive than me.
I pale quick and I dark quick.
Yeah, okay. This is like, I mean, I'm getting a little bit because the sun's starting to come out. You know,
Yeah.
it's basically like
I'm like
almost
the
getting all
sun
the
will come
way
out.
and I'm like Romanish Italian.
Tomorrow.
Like I'm mainly like Rome area Italian. They're like
Yeah.
weird.
Or
They're
they
pale.
pale, dark hair.
Yeah, pale, dark. They look fucking Iranian. We got shafted, dude.
I don't know what I have in my lineage. I know my nana had a lot of like Black Irish, which sounds sort of like similar.
They're
to
the Irish that can dance, right? There's one group of Irish. They're good dancers. They can sing. They're Black Irish. But speaking of being black, dude, it's
Jesus.
fucking hot as fucking here. Let me turn down. Let me put the AC on.
Yeah,
All right,
hit it up.
You guys,
Why is
you
it
guys.
speaking of being? Never mind. I'm
Because
right.
that's what's hot right now. Is
Oh.
being black, dude. Come on, get with the times, racist.
I'm so
Jesus,
stupid.
dude.
I
You didn't get the reference.
Sigh.
Fucking Texans hate minorities so much. It's just funny because you're the sweetest girl who's the least prejudiced person ever. That's why that's funny.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? If you were real like racist, that would have been hostile reaction coming from
Yeah.
you. You know what I mean?
I mean-
you're like, damn right, I fucking hate him.
I don't think I even saw a black person until I was like 6 or 7.
Whew, lucky you. No, I'm just kidding. Psych. Kidding, folks. Don't demonetize this. They're great. I'm kidding around.
Whatever. I had a crush on him. John Elizondo. Hey,
I think
bud.
black chicks are fine as wine, dude. I will toss a black woman salad in front of you guys. What's up? What's up?
I'm not prejudiced, man.
I like
all
black
shapes,
chicks.
all sizes, all colors. All
Black chicks like twerk by accident. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck. They have such beautiful, like twerk-worthy bodies, don't they?
Yeah,
We all like girls here.
That is also a
we
stereotype.
all like girls
but-
here. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, some nationalities, look, we were talking about the genetics with the like shoulders.
I think actually all of us here do like dick too. I mean, if it was attached to Mark Norman.
Oh yeah, Mark Norman's dick isn't gay.
Who's
so,
playing in
you
the
know.
background right now?
If you think blowing Mark Norman makes you gay, dude, then call me fucking Elton John. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
literally the shout out to the We Might Be Drunk podcast, which is always perpetually playing on silent in the background whenever we come over here.
Yeah, Mark just inspires me, dude. It's just I don't know what it is. I just want to yell queef with him. I just want to get together with him and just on the count of 3 yell queef.
Queen!
Comedy. And then say I'm gay right after. All the Markisms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking love that guy, dude. We have a very similar comedy style too. Obviously, he's 10,000 times more polished than me and experienced.
He's been
but-
doing it for a really long time.
Hey, just keep
Yeah.
it in the tumbler. Keep it going. You got it. You got it.
Yeah. But would you guys do him?
I don't really. I don't know. I don't.
If you were drunk and the mood.
If you
hit.
might be drunk, then you would fuck him.
If the mood hit and we were drunk and he was like, hey, I'm feeling like top of me. I'm feeling kind of gay tonight. Comedy. Like, yeah, all right,
And then when you pulled out of him, you'd be like, "Thank you, I'm Kevin Hart."
I've been Kevin Hart. All right. No, I don't know. He's not. I'm attracted to his talent and his like disease of always having to say a bit about everything, more than I am attracted to him physically. But not an ugly guy, handsome dude.
So that's a yes. Dave would do him. How about you?
It's the bit we're gonna do every podcast.
Yeah.
How we convinced you to fuck Mark Norman?
That should be a segment. Are you ready to fuck Mark Norman yet? That's the segment. Anthony's trying. I'm the lawyer. I'm the prosecutor.
I hope all 3 of us get super famous and then he watches this. Can I have something?
Yes.
He's part of my inspiration for letting farts and burps rip during the pod because that's his like he's known for that. You know what I mean? That's when you think
It's
Mark
funny.
Norman. When you think Mark Norman on the pod, you think lots of queefs said and lots of farts made.
Yeah, I
He's
don't.
got a cute face, but I don't. And I think he's funny, but I don't know the guy.
He's a guinea, you know.
And I kind of like. I think I'm kind of over like.
Just because someone's hot or talented, you want to fuck and you want to like know who they are as a person.
I mean, at least in this current scenario, like I'm not convinced just by seeing
those
having
things.
heard his comedy.
I met him and he was really nice.
That
I met him
helps too.
He was
That's
nice.
pretty cool.
He was nice. He's like green hair. I can't remember what he fucking said. He made some bit about it.
Where'd you meet him?
In the back of the Greek game.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude.
Did you get my text? He was supposed to be at Roscoe's the other night. He didn't. He wasn't.
You might text the wrong person. I never got texted. If I got texted about Mark Norman,
you haven't been answering any of my texts. Do I just not
You
have
might be
the right
texting the wrong
number?
person. Yeah, seriously, bro.
Who am I texting?
Because if you fucking text me, Mark Norman might be here. I would be there before you were done sending.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get your number again because I've just been texting.
There's some very confused guy.
I don't know who.
There's some very
fuck is Mark Norman?
There's a very confused man in upstate
What
New York.
podcast
They've
is this
never
person
answered
talking
me,
about?
so.
Some Indian guys getting your text like, what the fuck is he talking about? Who the fuck is this Mark Norman he keeps mentioning, and where is the Greek and the cave? I don't understand.
No, he was supposed to pop into Roscoe's.
Yesterday? Or day before?
2 days ago.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, he's here.
I was on Friday. There was a rumor that he was going to be at Friday Night Laughs.
Yeah, he just did back-to-back spots at the Paramount on March 1st and March 2nd, and he did 2 spots at the Mothership as well, opening for, I think, Joe Rogan and Friends or something.
Yeah, he was here for sure.
Speaking of the Mothership, I think this is an interesting topic.
Okay.
Did you guys see Ty Rivera's rant about the Mothership?
Yes, and he just
That's not part of it.
Did it move you like it moved me? Did it feel like he was speaking for us all like it did to me?
So I know a lot of
sabotage.
people. No, I need to say this tactfully on the podcast because I want to work for the Mothership.
That's why I'm laughing at you. That's why I'm laughing.
But
And two, Ty is Ty. So
I respected it a lot.
take all of it with a grain of salt because
I loved it.
it's,
He says during the pod, he even says, you're lucky if you get on the open mic. I fucking swear to God, I got up and did a cartwheel. Somebody need to say that, bro. That fucking open mic is rigged as fuck there.
I don't know the booker. I know a lot of great comics that work at the Mothership, that are regulars at the Mothership, that couldn't be fucking happier.
If you're in, you're in.
I haven't gotten my fair shot there, but that's what I'll say about it. And I can't fully speak about it unless I've worked for the club, I've met the booker, I know the thing in and out from personal experience. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, that's totally right on and perfect and accurate, because I don't fucking know. But what I do know is that a lot of my friends, Sam Pritchett, Liz Splatt, David Jolly, a bunch of my friends that work at the Mothership, Riley, and all you fucking Genevieve, fucking all the people that I know that work there that I'm cool with, that I actually fuck with in the scene, that I don't like. When I see them, they're nice to me. I'm nice to them. Maybe they're getting poked a little bit more than I am. A lot of those people, for sure. But they're happy about the situation, not upset. I do think that what I've heard that I do think is accurate, and again, I don't know because I've never done a pay gig at Mothership, so I've never done a feature spot there. So I don't know personally how much they pay to me, or would to me, but I have talked to people that do get paid there on a regular basis, and they're happy with the pay compared to the rest of Austin. Now, is that saying a whole fucking lot? No, it is not. I think the average paid spot in Austin, and this is what I pay to, mostly because I can afford it on the one show I do a month where I produce, where we produce the No Offense show, is, between $25 and $35 for 10 to 15 minutes. In Austin, that's kind of the going rate. That's about what it was in Philly. I think I've been told it's a little higher in New York. And from what I've told, the Mothership it's over 3 times that.
And the citizens are also higher in New York. And that's what makes it a cooler place than Texas. No, I'm just kidding. Weed is legal there, folks. That's referring to.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that there's the ticket sales structures, permanent, long-lasting success of the comedy scene being this size in Austin, Texas, to the point where paid spots can get to the point where they were like in New York or LA. Maybe. I don't know what the fuck they pay on a regular basis there. I'm told in New York it's between 45 and 75 for the same amount of time usually. And I was told that it was roughly the same in LA. I haven't done paid gigs in either of those cities in the old times or new times, so I don't know for sure. But I will say that saying that the Creek and the Cave is the new Comedy Store is kind of like, not that I'm talking shit on the Creek and the Cave, but it's like, it's sort of like the homeless encampment of the comedy scene.
It's right across the street from a homeless encampment, actually, which is ironic.
I like the club. It's a good club, and I think potentially, and I don't want to say for sure because I like Ty, I like the Creek. I would like to like the Mothership, but I don't have any real personal experience other than getting on Kiltony one time there. Is that if my Miller were to tell me, I'd say it's probably because they're the people paying him and booking him. That's why he's been working that club. And versus the Mothership.
Yeah, and he obviously had some kind of falling out with the booker, you could tell. He says in the interview that he thinks, in his opinion, that the booker doesn't deserve his job, and he says that he's told him that to his face and via text.
I believe that.
That just sounds like there's been a falling out. I think they had a
that.
falling out, and Ty is clear in the air about the place, but I respected that move on his behalf a lot, and I think he was speaking for a lot of comics when he said it. I think the Mothership, like especially with Joe Rogan's name being on it, could be such an amazing, valuable tool to like give comics a shot, but I think they've gotten away from that, and I think it's become too exclusive. Everybody knows in comedy that there's always favoritism, there's always exclusivity, but there's always these places that push it to another level, and I just feel like that's how the Mothership is. You know, it's not really given, that open mic, for instance, is not given shots like you would think it would. I've signed up for it almost 30 times and never gotten on once.
I think I've signed up for it 15.
It's 3 minutes, dude. I'm not asking to film a fucking special tonight. I just want to do 3 minutes on your fucking stage.
Let you see what I got.
Yeah, and I got
Well, the thing is I've signed up probably 15 to 20 times since my last Kiltony appearance where I fucking murdered. Mm-hmm. I had an incredible set on the last Kiltony set. Somebody in the comments, which I will take this to my grave about being happy, is that someone said that my fat phobic joke, which is what I ended on, was one of the best executed jokes they'd ever seen on Kiltony. And I was like, I can die happy now. So a YouTube comment validated me. Yeah, and I thought for sure. I mean, I did like the Secret Show. I got passed at Sunset. Like, I don't get booked at Sunset a whole bunch, but they passed me. I reach out and ask for stage time, and sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Like, I've mostly done sets there through like outside producers, but like, you would think that they would be like, all right, let's see more from this guy. I kind of had a buzz about me, and yet, so I don't know if it's that dude, Adam, whatever the fuck, who's looking at that list and picking it and just didn't like my comedy or something, or I wasn't a hot chick, or I don't know what the fuck the issue is. Yeah, who's to say? I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough of the inside workings of it. I will say the comics that I respect and am cool with that work there often seem to be very happy about it.
You've said that like 4 times.
Well, that's
what I don't know.
Well, I think what happens is, like, the guys that you're talking about are the in crowd. The in crowd's always happy that they're the in crowd, and then the out crowd is always happy that they're not the in crowd. You know what I mean? So, right?
I don't give a fuck about either thing. I just want to get paid to tell these fucking school shooter jokes. Like, that's all I want.
Yeah.
And some recognition for like being like polished and good at my craft and like at a certain level would be nice, but I think I don't know. I wonder about this sometimes, if I'm just getting pigeonholed as, oh, that's the dark comic, that's the Roscoe's guy, and like that's all people want to see me as.
If you don't want to get pigeonholed, don't let yourself get pigeonholed. You're smart enough and clever enough to break out of that, even if it does happen to you.
Well, but I don't know. I got mad loyalty for Roscoe's because they've treated me well.
I'm not saying you don't have to have that. I'm just saying if that feels like it's an issue for you, then figure out why and figure out how to break out of it. You can.
Well, and like, I don't know. I do think people get a little nervous about my style. Well, I think I've talked about that on the pod before, at least with you guys. That they're like, I don't know. Like, it's what if people that are there on dates and then you're gonna do jokes about, you know, rape or fucking whatever, you know, school shootings, the trans community. Even though I don't really make incredibly offensive jokes about that, I just try to be clever. But I don't know. It's interesting. So yeah, no, that's the whole thing. But also, I will say this is the thing I'll say the most about the whole Ty Rivera mothership rivalry or whatever is that I don't fucking care.
That was all. I don't think anybody was gonna ask me, but
no,
okay. So there's
I
a couple
hate this
things.
part of comedy. The whole catty
There's a couple things.
drama thing.
One, if something bad and shitty is happening, airing the dirty laundry, I respect. If it needs to happen, if behavior is bad and needs to be called out, fine, whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about the rest of it. I never have. I don't care for petty drama. I don't care for personal beefs. I don't care for cliques. I don't care for rumors. I don't care for shit talking. I don't want any part of that. I don't care if it could make or break my career in comedy. I do not care. I'm going to try to be nice to you. I'm going to try to go tell these jokes. That's it. That's it. That's all. The rest of it, if you're not a dick to me and you don't like mistreat me or try to take advantage of me, it's fine. That's why I stipulate, like, if there actually is like something bad needs to be aired out. Sure. And nobody's like brave enough to say it because
Brave enough.
Well, yeah, because you know it might wreck their opportunity or whatever. I respect that. If it's coming from personal stuff or there's just some kind of weird beefs, I don't care.
Yeah, I kind of fall in the same category. I kind of don't give a shit. You know, would I like to work there? Yeah. Would I maybe have an opinion about it? Also, I wouldn't be, you know, super scared to be like, hey, this shit's stupid or fucked up whenever something's stupid or fucked up. But also, like,
It's like, I don't even like politics in politics, much less the politics of any other...
In comedy?
No. Ugh.
Gross, dude.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Get it out of my
How
face.
gay is that?
Ugh.
Comedy politics. Ugh.
Gay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and fucking, I don't even particularly like very many political comedians that talk about politics in their comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, just tell a dick joke. You know
I
what
used
I mean?
to be a big fan of Nick DiPaolo. I don't know if you guys know Nick DiPaolo.
I know Nick DiPaolo.
I was a huge fan. He has turned into a complete and total political fucking lunatic. His podcast is strictly just like bashing politicians and their moves in life, and I just miss the fucking jokes, man. I don't give a fuck about sketchy, corrupt politicians. You know what I mean? And I think he was one of the best too. So it's like especially sad that he just turned into this like Ross Limbaugh kind of fucking guy, dude. Like I don't want to hear about that shit.
Yeah. Was it Adam Egan or whatever? What's his fucking name?
That's a guy, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
Isn't that a guy?
Sounds like it could be a guy.
There's a couple comics that I thought were really funny and that have just become like these like political activists. And I don't like it, to be very clear, on either side of the stupid fucking gay ass two-party system. Both of it I find reprehensible and unwatchable and incredibly unfunny. You know, if someone's making fun of the dumb fallacies but not like being like, so because I'm totally on this side, right guys, like, you know, we used to make fun of there's a couple other dude comedians with colored hair in Philly. We used to make fun of them because they'd get on stage and they'd be like, guys, you know, let's hear it for women's rights, you know,
That's also
can we hear it for
that's
women's
shit
rights?
talking a little bit. I'm just gonna call you out for that being.
Oh shit!
I don't give a fuck. It's not funny. Tell a fucking joke. We all agree with women's rights, dude. Tell a joke. That's not laughter. That's clapter. I don't give a shit. I'll shit on those fucking comics every goddamn time. Whatever the net lady, you can suck a dick one time and then maybe talk about it.
Nanette?
Yeah, I don't know, what's her fucking name? The Australian. She's like, oh, I'm gay.
I don't know. You're you're doing that thing like you're like stirring up this drama and like shit talking like these like.
Be funny. Don't talk about your politics.
You don't care for it unless you are on the end where you're like dishing it out, which is how most people feel about that.
Fuck off! I don't care. I don't care because it's not funny. Like if I'll talk shit on anybody that is self-righteously preaching instead of doing jokes. That I will talk shit on.
Okay.
I don't care about that. I'm not going to be like, oh, this comic in their personal life, blah, blah, blah. Or like, they were like this when I met them. They're like, who gives a shit? Fuck that. That's gossip. Me being like, just tell jokes. Don't preach. I'm not in church. I'm in a comedy club. That's not gossip. That is facts. That is cold hard facts. Be funny or don't fucking do it. Like if you're going out and you're getting clapter and that's like satisfying your little fragile fucking ego and identity politics, great. Wonderful for you. But I fucking think that this is a sacred art form where none of that shit should matter and you should be telling jokes for laughter and relief and so people can forget about all this shit and get closer to one another rather than being in a sounding like a fucking echo chamber and a sounding board for their own goddamn identity politics. That pisses me off. I hate it tremendously, and I will not stop talking shit on it.
You don't seem like you like that. I don't know what it is. You get a vibe like you're really not a fan of that.
I hate it. I think it's the fucking worst. I think it's the death of comedy. I hate it. I hate it so goddamn much.
Chappelle started to do that a little bit. I hate to say it. I'm a big Chappelle fan, but he will preach about like rights of different groups mid-comedy special.
Yeah, but then he always ends on a punchline.
True. He's a great comic, don't get me wrong, but he's gotten a little preachy.
He's got a little bit preachy, and he takes a longer bit. I think I don't know. This is speculation at best, but I don't know. I think he's taking a little bit longer to get to the punchline because he likes playing with the tension of it.
Yeah, I like some tension building as well.
And if you do it for 15 minutes where you seem like you're being serious about this preachy thing, and then you end it on like a Chinese joke or something that just completely breaks all that tension, it was like, did he mean any of that?
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think that's acceptable. I like Chappelle's stuff.
Oh, who doesn't like Chappelle? I'm just saying, it seems like after he went to Africa and came back, he came back more philosophical and shit. Whatever happened in Africa seems to...
Yeah, he's not as like joke as he was before. And I do miss that a little bit.
I saw him live, dude, and he had a whole like spiel about black people's like getting rights, and I think black people should have all the rights, but do I want to hear about it during a comedy special? Not really. Or
that's
a
fair.
comedy show, excuse me,
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I think black people should have all their rights, but let's talk about it later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, and I don't disagree. I think Dave Chappelle is fantastic, one of the greatest of all time.
Of course.
And I think that maybe he's trying to use his platform for some good or whatever, and like that's a weird struggle when you're on that level of fame. I don't know how to fucking navigate that because I have never and may never be on that level of fame. But I'm not even super trying to be on that level of fame. That's fucking insane. But I will say that I prefer his earlier work when he's joke.
These good old days. Chappelle Show days.
Yeah, and I think he's really pissed off about that, and it kind of changed him a little, which is fair. I also have to pee, but I would also like to smoke a cigarette. We're 2:18.
Wow.
Yeah.
I fucking flew by. Holy shit, guys.
Thanks for sticking with us, guys. That one guy, I see you.
The one guy that's watched every single episode. That's my mom.
Woman's a saint. Woman's a fucking saint, dude.
Yeah. She's pretty cool. She's always Hi Kim, thank you.
Kim, you're alright. You're fucking alright.
She will text me and be like, "Watch the latest pod." Very funny. However, then she'll give me notes about it.
Well, that's her
sometimes. But yeah.
She's like, the big nose guy talks about penises a little too much. And that Mark Normand, like, I don't know why he wants to bang him so bad.
That actually, my folks actually like Mark Normand's comedy.
Well, it's because they have good taste
Yeah.
in children and comics.
Well, that's only recently. No, they've had pretty decent taste in comics for a while.
Well,
Let's pause. Okay, bye.
In the fridge, and I was gonna get it out, but then I was like, "There's no food in there anyway." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might be
Shh, go to sleep.
it would be unsanitary if there was some type of edible items.
Well, it'll
there.
probably just get cold enough that it'll go to sleep and you just scoop and just.
Wouldn't it be fucked
release
up if it
back
had
to
some
the wild.
chemical reaction where it made it get huge? I opened the door and like a fucking Jumanji mosquito like flies out.
Dude, Jumanji mosquitoes from the OG Jumanji, legit terrifying.
Oh, geez, you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you please say that again? OG Jumanji.
OG Jumanji.
No, I like when you said it quick as one word.
OG Jumanji.
That's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fucking like old fucking Hebrew word.
OG Jumanji.
OG Jumanji.
Oh fuck, man.
You guys are something.
All right, so this is maybe it might be a little dark. We don't have to linger on it too long, but I thought about a deep boys conversation.
Wait, have we started yet?
We've been started for a minute.
What?
There was so much gold.
Oh.
I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and low key restart the podcast.
You gotta let us know, man.
I don't gotta do
He
shit.
just let it happen organically. You gotta respect that, David. I did it again with the David for some reason. It's the glasses. I'm just tempted to call you David.
Like, what is like, you know, like, I mean, we're all in our 30s. We're all starving artists, struggling creatives, trying to get this thing done. What is like the most like seemingly unsurmountable fear that you have about the pursuit that we're doing?
Oof.
The biggest fear that I have?
Yeah, about trying to do comedy and like your life trajectory that you put yourself on.
I guess like being good but nobody cares.
Ooh.
That's my biggest fear, because you're good or you're bad. But then there's really a third choice where like you're good but just nobody really cares. And that's how I feel sometimes in this business. Like I have good sets and people are like, who cares? Fuck that guy. It's like, why, dude? Everybody was laughing. Did you see him?
Yeah.
I swear they were laughing, dude. I swear.
I mean, I guess that ties into mine, man. Is that I just like failing at it? You know, like,
Well, there's always that.
like, you know, because you guys have you know seen my acting, and I'm pretty sure both of you think that I'm very funny. I think that's the whole reason you approached me in the first place. Because you were like, dude, you're funny, you get it.
Well, that and I heard you have a hammer on you, dude. I heard your dick's like this, man. And Stevie walked in limping, so I was like, it must be true. It was actually a scooter accident, but I was like, she's limping, he's got a hog, this guy does damage.
Yeah, all of it's rumors. That's low expectations, high delivery. But no, it's that, like, you know, oh yeah, like that guy Dave, you know, he was funny, he was good. Never really got a break. No one ever really watched his stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know. I think he just manages a bar, like a dive bar now, and is like slowly drinking himself to death.
Yeah, he runs his own open mic as of the last 35 years.
Yeah,
He never really went any place from there. You're like, oh great,
man.
All of a sudden you're a prop comic. You're like fucking beeping horns out there and shit. People are like, what happened to him?
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm not gonna give up on doing comedy, even if I don't get like, you know, like stratosphere level success. But yeah, like just the fear of like never really succeeding at it is fucking.
My thought process with it is like the dream is to become rich and famous and shit, obviously, but it's obviously not that likely. I just want to get to a point where I just tell jokes for a living.
Yeah,
I just want to get to a point where I'm paying all my bills by telling jokes, because it's the only thing I really like to do. Barbering is so fucking awful. I actually feel bad because I keep mentioning how bad it is. It's probably depressing, but it's such a terrible fucking job,
dude. I mean, like bartending at work is not.
Oh my god.
You know, like being a bartender is it's similar. I will say that I have to deal with one person for less long.
Yeah.
But I have to deal with more people.
Bartending is impressive to me. Like when somebody's like bitching, I've seen bartenders get like bitched at because like they don't have sugar-free Red Bull, and some bitch is like yelling at them, and I just want to deck the bitch. And I don't even like hitting women. It's just like
I don't even like it. I do it all the time, but I don't even like it.
I won't do it, but I will pay a butch woman to beat you up. You know what I mean? I hate that. Like
I
you don't.
need to find the dog shit lady.
Yes. Where is she when you need her?
Put her on a leash. Yes. Set her loose on people.
Yes, that bitch needs to be on a leash. I agree. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. What about you, Stevie?
What's the question? What my greatest fear about
pursuing
comedy is? I don't know, that it's just gonna kind of be like everything else where like I'm good enough at it that I give up because I lose my momentum or I can't find my focus and I can't ever break past that wall of like, oh yeah, she was pretty good at that, and then you know that's it, and like nobody cares. It's like I've got
very similar biggest fears.
It is, yeah, I guess it's similar, but like I don't really care. Like I think that like your definition of success and like contentment in your life doesn't have to hinge on like one specific thing working out in a certain way, because if I think like that, then I'm just gonna like kill myself.
Right. Yeah,
I'm gonna kill myself.
That old bucket
either
list.
trying so hard. All right, my bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Either kill myself like trying so hard that I, you know, neglect my health or like my mental health or whatever, and I just like slowly like crash and burn, or because it's just like there's a failure and it's so hard and so big that like there's no coming back from it. There's no point. There's no, you know, I don't know. It's a little dark.
No, I mean it's the deep boy section, so.
But like I don't feel like I have to like become a super famous comedian to like be successful and happy. I'm just afraid that like it's gonna be.
I just want to make it my living because I feel like it's my calling, and I feel like you guys probably feel the same way.
I do.
I feel like it's my calling, dude. I was always making people laugh like naturally, and that doesn't mean I'm a finished product. I have mad years to go to get like on stage, like you know, there.
Right.
But just it was always my calling. I was just afraid to go for it until 2 years ago. You know, I'm sure you guys probably feel like the same way sometimes, at least.
I mean, I always thought that I was going to just be like a punk rock vocalist my whole life, and when I decided that I didn't want to do that anymore, I kind of flailed around for a couple years. But what I missed was performing. I missed being on stage with a microphone in my hand and performing. And then I tried doing stand-up because I always loved comedy. It was, you know, to me, comedy and punk rock were very similar. So it's like you say whatever you want, speak truth to power, you don't give a shit, you know, you just are blatantly yourself. And I like the first moment I did it was like, oh, this is what I was searching for. This is what I was looking for my whole life.
Yeah.
And you know, even still, I didn't, you know, out of fear of failure, fear of like, you know, like feeling like an imposter, like I wasn't supposed to be there, like, you know, why are these people giving me shots, like, you know, all that stuff that a lot of people in this pursuit talk about. But I couldn't shake that, like, nah, I was supposed to do this. And I made people laugh if they were my friends and got me, but most of the time, I offended the fuck out of people, and a lot of people didn't like me and didn't think I was funny. So maybe it's a little bit of this, like, sort of, like, comeback kid thing for me, or like I gotta prove that shit wrong, you know. A lot of people have been successful, but like somebody told me like, hey, you shouldn't do this, and that was what motivated them to like really fucking do it. So I don't know, that's part of it for me, but also like I think the shit that I talk about on stage is the funniest shit. or like that kind of stuff is what makes me laugh. You know?
too. That's how I feel.
Yeah, fucking soap and sad thing that Robin Williams.
Yeah, if you're not a soap fucker, dude, me and you just aren't gonna get along. You just gotta know that. If you wouldn't fuck a bar of soap, for our friendship, there is no hope.
I know you had a little bit of a different experience with comedy, though. You were like, you know, fuck it, I'll try it. It seems fun, whatever. And like, but you always had terrible stage fright, and it sort of unlocked a different thing in you. We've talked about that before. So I'm interested to hear, like, I have to drop the second nicotine pouch on my balls to season it.
Did you see that? Where did it go? Did it land back in here? The fuck? Did it land in my balls? Now I'm like worried. These are expensive.
These are expensive.
I think it landed back in here. I think I caught it back in the thing. It was actually pretty remarkable. Is that on tape?
It may be.
Fucking tape?
Play that back.
Maybe one of those-
Our secretary, our fucking editor, intern.
Yeah, Salacuse. He's the guy. You know what Salacuse is, right? Do you know what Salacuse is? He's Mark Norman's like videographer guy.
Oh yeah, of course he is. Say Jamie, someone we can all understand.
Who
it
is that? Somebody referenced that in the other pod.
It's fucking Joe Rogan's producer.
That
Hey,
explains.
Jamie, give it a goog. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah. Give it a goog.
Give it a googerino.
So what was
That's
your
what I call it.
what was your question for me?
Because Anthony, I think, is the most, if I may say so, in my opinion, the most person that's like, I should have been doing this my whole life.
100%.
I also feel that way, but I feel like my thing was like, well, I don't want to be in touring punk bands anymore for like 8 years until it gets successful, and then make $7 at the end of it. Be able to pull the tour off, but now I can not pay my rent. I got over it, and I always thought the dark fucked up shit was funny, and I would like always say that kind of stuff in inappropriate times at parties. And not very many people thought it was funny, but I was having a good time. So I think for me, my whole thing with comedy is very much like, I think this is good. I'm gonna try to do it. Fuck them if they don't get it, kind of thing. Fuck them if they don't get a joke, if they can't take a joke. Stevie, I think yours was like, I don't know if I'm even gonna do this. I don't even know if I like it this much. I don't know. I'll give it a whirl. And then it was like, oh shit, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It like broke
I
the
was
stage
kind of,
fright
I
thing.
was kind of tossed into that environment when we started hanging out. Like, I always liked comedy, and I always, I was like too quiet and awkward, I think, to be the class clown. But like with my friends and like my family, I would always try. Like, I made one of my friends pee one time. I made somebody fall out of a desk onto the ground. They were laughing so hard. Like, I've made people collapse on the ground. Like, I always really like, and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't the class clown. I wasn't like, oh, like I'm so good at this. It was just like with those certain people, I like try to find like that little thread and then pull on it and then pull on it a little bit more. Like, can I make you laugh until you fart?
I want to see poop.
Yeah. And that's like,
yeah, I used to make my
that's
mom
always been, and
pee yourself. Me and my dad would like double team on my mom.
Whoa, you and your dad would double team your mom?
In a
Those fucking Pennsylvanians, man, they do a little different, don't they?
Mostly. But Delawareans technically.
Oh, even worse, my gosh.
Even worse, yeah. But now, and it was the best shit ever. We had like and sometimes my sisters would get on it too. Be like,
wow, it's the whole
let's
thing
fucking,
on it, yeah.
let's make mom laugh so hard she pees herself again. This is gonna be great. So there was an element of that too, but like you had a different experience where it wasn't like
it was never what I thought I was gonna do. I thought I was going to be a musician for a long time because I had to focus on that for so long, and then when it came time to like actually get to the level of good and focus to actually do that, I welched on it.
I'm making fun of what Anthony said. He was like,
Yeah, I don't know if my vision was getting bad or if the fucking screen was getting blurry. I think it's just me being old. I had to like reset my eyes. That's where the age I'm getting to.
Oh yeah, I have to do that sometimes. Blink really
Why
hard.
is the screen so blurry? Oh no, that's just my bad eyesight. Oh, that's right. Okay, we're good. We're back.
Everything's okay.
It's just my 47/20 vision. That's what's doing it.
Well, no, sorry to make
No, I never thought.
Funny jokes
I'm an old person, dude. I'm like your weird uncle that you guys have on the podcast. Uncle Tony's in. Hide your private parts. He's the grabby uncle. I seen him. They don't allow me into schools anymore, you know.
Hey.
He used to push me on his wings. Now he's not allowed, you know.
I bet you'd be the best at it.
Jesus Christ. But no, I'm sorry to cut you off. It was too good.
No.
You didn't think that you were gonna ever do comedy because never you're like, oh, that's the thing. But like, what was
I always go ahead.
What was your experience when you first did it and you were like, oh fuck, maybe I want to do this now?
Well, it was. I mean, first of all, it was incredible that like the stage fright thing that's always been so crippling to me that like, you know, I can't even handle sometimes being in like a room with a bunch of people that I don't know, much less on an actual stage. Like that was fixed like immediately.
I weirdly feel like a lot of comics are like that, right? You know, like Bill Burr, Joe List, Mark Norman, not to bring him up again.
Dude, I can't change my underwear again, dude. If you keep bringing them up, I have to change my underwear another time.
Like a lot of these dudes are like, hey, I'm an introvert. Like I don't like talking to people. I don't like large crowds. But for some reason, comedy.
It's different. I don't know why I'm like, you know, I'm discovering that. But it's also like it's really fun to be. I've always liked writing, so it's a fun like creative outlet. And then, you know, it's sort of bringing me back a little bit to when I was a little kid and like I wasn't thinking about.
He's over here like rubbing his eyes and like.
I'm old, dude.
It looks like he's gonna die or
Is it getting a little as the past?
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm old, dude. I did so many haircuts yesterday, dude. Not enough wrist cuts.
I'm not being
too many haircuts, not enough wrist cuts yesterday, dude. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm sorry. Continue. I just fuck with
you know what I was just thinking? Not to interrupt.
Fun to be funny.
Just looking at your outfit right now, I just think of cotton candy. Do you think about
perfect.
that?
I love
the pink
that.
and the blue doesn't make it just cotton candy, right? Should put your leg up for a second so the viewers can see. Just tell me that combo doesn't make it cotton candy.
My two favorite colors.
Look at that. Come on. It's like I'm at the fucking circus over here. You know what I mean? The fucking circus over here.
I will give you cavities and
cavity searches.
And
maybe
the diabetes.
The bitis?
Too much Stevie, you'll have to cut off a foot. You know.
That'll happen to you, dude. You'll want to. You'll want to cut off a foot. I'm just kidding.
As a sacrifice. No. So like, it like cured your stage fright in a way. Or at least it's specifically for that. Like you don't have a lot of stage fright when it comes to comedy. And the jitters we all get.
I get a little bit, but I don't. Yeah.
But once you get that first laugh, you're good. You know.
Yeah.
And so why is it that like everyone that is drawn to comedy that I mean I think all three of us are very funny, very talented, and you know, let's be real.
Awesome.
And hot and awesome and nice and personable and not dickheads, not major gossipers unless
pretty dope trio, dude.
Unless you preach on stage, in which case you can go fucking swallow a knife. But like, and it's not just us, it's anybody that I admire that has ever talked about this. Everyone's always like, I feel like an imposter. I'm terrified of failing. Like even with the level of success that people have on in certain realms, they're like, I wake up every day and I think it's gonna be gone tomorrow. It's the last day that I do a tour. It's the last day that anyone buys a ticket. You know, why do you think that is? Like, what is it? Is it the art form? Is it the people drawn to the art form? Is it somewhere in between? Is it a combination of all things? Is it a human trait? Like why is it like the fear of like no one caring, not having an audience.
I just think
being
it's
a failure.
life. My theory is just life, because everybody knows how like unforgiving life is.
Yeah.
And when things are going well, even if you're a positive person, you know they're not going to go well forever. That's just life. Nobody's life goes well forever. And I think that's always in the back of your head. When you reach a certain level of fame, that's always, I don't give a shit how positive you are, how confident you are, in the back of your mind, there's always that thought of someday it's going to end. You know what I mean? If you're a legend, it'll be forever. Then you get your guys like your Carlos Mencias and shit. They're in the spotlight for like 5 years, and then something happens, you never hear from them again. You know
But
what
just
I mean?
don't steal jokes, maybe.
Well, that's also pretty big.
Pretty
cue to
don't
take from
plagiarize. You know,
That's
don't steal
pretty big.
jokes.
Yeah.
that seems to be like probably why that.
And also, don't go by Carlos if your real name's Carl. I don't know if you guys knew that. I'm not even kidding. His real name was Carl. And he's not even Mexican.
Yeah.
He's like a little bit Honduran and like German, or something like that. He's like 1/8 Honduran, so he just leaned on the Mexican thing really
Wow,
hard. He's
weird.
actually like Carl like Stevenson or something.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Whatever. Fuck joke stealers. That's all I'll say about that. But I think you touched on something. Is that like we all feel like it's gonna end, but I don't know. What's your insight on this, Stevie?
So I don't necessarily think that it's specific to comedy. I do think with comedy there's a certain level of like self-awareness and like self-hatred, that like a certain particular kind of neurosis.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that probably all people who are creative artists who are really trying to make that be their lifeblood are going to struggle with that, because it's like you're taking something that is so like deeply internal and raw, like whatever it is, it's like you came up with this from nothing and
Right.
you're showing it to people, and so there's always, it's like if it doesn't go well, if people don't like it, it's like they don't like that, that means they just don't like me, they don't like this thing that I've created. And that's there's so much essence infused into that I feel like, you know, even if you get really good, there's this like incredible vulnerability with doing that, with putting your art, your comedy, your whatever, in whatever form it is, out into the world. There's a possibility of rejection of that, or like that people won't understand, and that is like it goes so deeply. It's not like, you know, I don't know. That's what I think. I think that vulnerability makes it feel like you're an imposter, because like, I don't know. I lost the plot a little bit.
That's
I think
fair.
I said some cool shit.
You said some cool shit. No, I get it, man. And fuck, dude. I you know, like, we all watch comedy podcasts. Probably me and Anthony a little bit more than you. You watch a lot of spoopy, true crime stuff, or listen to.
Spookier than true crime, but some of it's funny too.
You know, I listen to, you know, people at the top of their game, you know, super huge, super famous, talk about like how sometimes they still just fucking bomb.
Yeah.
And I think it makes us very resilient, knowing that like any set could go that way. And I mean, last pod, I got in a weird headspace, and I think I did a decent job, and I kind of won the audience over to my style by the end of my set. But it still got weird. The room got weird, and then like I got in my head about the room getting weird, and it's like this weird rejection thing that happens, and you're like, fuck, they just hate me. I suck. I'm the problem. And then it spirals, and like,
Yeah, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a more humbling industry. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Right when you think you're like making a turn
Yeah,
towards
you're
the
the
big
tits.
leagues.
Yeah,
Now I'm on the fast track to the big leagues. Then all the jokes that killed yesterday at Roscoe's, bomb at Dogwood, and you're like, okay, never mind, I'm a retard.
yeah.
Never mind.
Turns out I'm the fucking worst.
Got a little excited, but that woman in the front row was staring at me like I was retarded. So maybe I suck.
Right, 3 tits or something, like.
Is it my face? Like, why did none of those jokes work today?
Yeah, and it's strange. It's a very strange thing. I love what Jimmy Carr said about it, and I probably said this on the pod before, but he's like, we are musicians, but our instrument is the audience. So you have to learn how to play the audience and get them to make the sound that you want. And that changed a lot of how I looked at it, because for most of the time that I've been doing comedy, I was like, I like these jokes, I'm gonna go tell them. If they don't like them, fuck them. And I really took that to heart and was like, ooh, I gotta get them to like them. That's cool. And I found a lot more success that way. But like, I could just like go do 9 minutes in the Velveeta room for 35 real audience members. Yep, there's the pterodactyl.
They're fucking out. It's prehistoric looking up in here, dude.
Those are the ones that eat mosquitoes, though, so they're cool.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so
Don't fuck with them.
Not gonna get fucking.
He's welcome here. He's welcome here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go do like a paid gig at like a legit comedy club with a real audience, big or small, fucking slay, and then I go do 4 minutes at a fucking open mic right afterwards, just get another set in. I'm already downtown, like fucking, let's go. And just eat all the dicks on stage. And it's like, alright, that was humbling. Cool, because like I'm just walking out like I just fucking murdered. I got like 6 to 9 laughs a minute. I'm tits at this. And then I go and do 4 minutes in front of like 3 audience members and 25 comics, and just everyone's like, fucking Dave.
Yeah.
I think that's the only times that I've had like occasionally like better sets than you. Is like at an open mic. I feel like if you're riding on cloud 9, maybe don't go to an open mic afterwards.
Yeah, there's no cloud 9.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Maybe it's good for you. I think
it's humbling.
Yeah.
It can be nice.
Yeah.
I think it's Jim Carrey that used to say like after he would like go to a premiere of a movie that he was getting paid like $9 million for, he'd go home and clean the toilet and keep himself fucking level.
It's an interesting guy, that Jim Carrey.
That's probably. I feel like that's healthy for the ego.
Yeah, so I try not to be like, oh, I'm the fucking best ever. So if I just killed a set, yeah, I'll go do an open mic afterwards and realize that like a lot of the population doesn't think I'm that fucking funny.
It's like civilians like my comedy, sad comics not as much. Depressed comics, not a fan.
Good comics usually do. But
yeah, well, you never know, man. Even them sometimes.
So humble.
They're the most critical.
Yeah, it's doing it, but
Yeah.
well, no, and I think that also like I don't know if this is true or if I'm just up my own ass too much, but like because I get like booked, I think a lot of people don't want to laugh at my jokes in that kind of setting.
Jelly sauce. Talking about some jelly.
Like fuck this.
Some peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think too much about that because that's stupid.
It is stupid, but I do think that that's sometimes where I'm like, I'm doing the same material that just murdered. I'm just doing the exact same material. That maybe it's newer stuff that's murdering. Maybe it's like tried and true bits, a mix, and I do it at an open mic, and people are like, "Fuck this fucking guy." I'm like,
we've all been there, buddy.
nah, well, what can you do?
We've all fucking been there.
Let's think of something goofy to talk about and the pot out on a strong, not depressing, or existentially dreading kind of note. I think we should Delta 5.2 about it, and I'm gonna pee before we do that.
We gonna take a break, or are you just
Keep it rolling. Let's fucking let's crush it.
rolling?
I like the little segments where I pee and you guys get to just riff for a minute. It's
Okay.
fun.
Well, it takes a while though, because you sit down when you pee, so it always takes a little while.
I have IBS. Sometimes I get surprised.
Go away! God.
Oh.
Alright, now he's finally gone.
I just can't wait to just do comedy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. Barbering steals my soul. It steals my fucking soul, dude.
I mean, go ahead.
Because I also try to entertain my clients. I bounce bits off my clients. I make sure it's an entertaining haircut. So it's like I'm doing 30-minute sets a week on top of making their hair look good, which is impossible. because you can't please anyone. You know what I
Right.
mean? I just want to fucking tell jokes,
doesn't
dude.
that seem like, that's good practice, right?
It is.
Yeah?
But I want to just do that part. I don't want to cut the hair too.
Yeah, okay.
I want just the jokes to be my strong suit. You know? To do both is a lot. Like yesterday I did so many haircuts, dude. I feel like a fucking zombie today. You know?
Yeah, that's why you wanted to do the pod here, which is
Kinda,
totally
yeah,
cool.
kinda,
It's cool.
yeah,
It was our turn to come out here.
And I was like, I'm gonna pass out at the wheel. I've been so tired all day. I did so many fucking haircuts yesterday.
Dang.
I'm just like annoying foreign people. I don't appreciate it. I'm just kidding. I like foreign people.
I imagine it's difficult though with like language barriers and stuff.
Oh my god, that's so terrible, dude. When the stakes are that high and you know what the guy's saying. It's like, well, this is probably not gonna go well.
You're eating
That's how you
steak
feel.
and they're like on a table that's like above your head.
What?
When the stakes are that high.
He's being funny.
Are you talking about like meat? I'm confused.
So funny. He's being
They can't all be gems.
But now we're
It's like when the stakes are that high, I'm like, oh, when they're so high you can't even eat them.
okay.
All right, if you have to explain the joke, it's not always fun. Although I do like doing that in my act. I do being like, did you guys get that one? Do I have to explain it to
If you do it right, I feel like it can be really funny.
It can
I've
be.
had a couple of my bits where I'm like, oh, good job, you guys know. Whatever.
Grammar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know
Or
the
whatever.
specific one. Let's Delta 8 about and let's get silly.
Take some Delta 4.5.
How does the Delta keep getting
He's got one.
shittier
It just varies, dude.
well, like it's the same bowl of Delta, but every time we refer to it, it's like, well, I mean,
Delta
I don't know.
3.1.
Yeah.
It's like the iPhone, dude. They just keep coming out with new ones. You know what I mean?
We're already on that Delta 12.
Oh wait, no, we're about to end the pod. Yeah, we're good.
Woo! Oh, yeah, I love weed. It's a big reason why I have to leave. It is.
I'm honestly surprised.
I
it
wanted
hasn't
to
gotten
get silly,
legalized
not
here.
sad.
Well, not to be sad. It's not sad. It's just a fun side journey in my life. You know what I mean? I took a nice trip to Texas. Met a lot of great folks. Got to tell jokes in a new place. The scene here is, to be totally honest with you, now I'm, putting my foot on the gas a little more now that I'm not as worried about my rep here because I know I'm moving. But the scene down here is so fucking overcrowded, dude. Joe Rogan and Tony Hinchcliffe really just jam clusterfuck the shit out of the scene. By going on their pods and being like, it's the best place ever for comedy. The experience here is unmatched. It's unbelievable. There's so many opportunities. The mothership's here. It's Teal Tony. It's incredible. Oh my god. So everybody's just they're flocking here, dude. Like immigrants in the fucking 20s. They're just fucking flocking here, and you gotta blow 4 door guys to get 4 minutes. It's not fucking good, dude. I'm sorry.
Blowjob a minute for stage time.
At my stage of the game, only being a 2-year comic, I gotta be able to get on stage often and whenever the fuck I want. And I gotta be able to try new jokes constantly. Every mic down here, you're sitting for 2 hours to do 3 fucking minutes. It's just, it's clogged. It's like a fucking toilet, man. It's just fucking clogged with the shit that is open mic comics.
Yeah, I might be in a little bit of a place of privilege, being like, it took me about a year and a half to break. Well, I mean, still, you haven't been here a year and a half.
No, true. It
It took me about, I don't think I got booked for 5 months, and I've been doing it been here for almost 2 years, so I've been doing it for 7 years before I got here.
Yeah, well,
8 years before I got here, roughly. And it took me like 5 months before I got booked. I got booked in a non-paying spot for 10 minutes after 5 months.
at least you have to do 10 minutes. That's like 3
And
open
then
mics.
then I ground
Do you
that.
guys 10-minute mic?
I've signed up for it.
Sign up again. They liked your last appearance. They'll watch. Chris and Brian both said that they wanted, because I'm bringing some people that haven't really got past at Roscoe's, and this I think will be the 3rd or 4th real time Stevie got like actual stage time. She hosted my first No Offense there, or second No Offense there.
Yeah, second.
And She did the 10-minute mic, and she just did a 5 on a Friday Night Lights, or Friday Night Laughs.
Laughs.
Because they named it after the show or whatever it is.
Oh yeah, Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, you could be closer than you think to really breaking out of the open mic scene. From what I have been told about the New York scene from my friends that moved from Philly to New York to do it there, and the New York comics that I've met working at a comedy club and doing, like, shows down here, have said that it takes between 3 and 4 years usually of doing mics, like, every day in New York.
But you can do more mics there though, which is nice. You have to pay, but it's easier to get on stage.
Yeah, but you have to pay.
It's like $3 usually.
You have to pay?
But it's like $3 to $7. But you're signing up for mics with 8 other comics. I forgot what that feels like. It makes me want to cry. Tears of joy, of course. Now you show up to a mic that's just like 73 guys shoving each other. That's what Austin open mics are, dude. You may get elbow checked. You might get on the list, but you're gonna be coughing up blood.
I also might have shown up like just in time.
Yes. It's only getting worse. Bless you. It's only getting worse.
Thank you.
It's a small city too, man. That's a big part of the problem. New York City, I think, is just as crammed with comics, but it's in a way bigger city.
Yeah, and there's a couple more comedy clubs and workplaces all over the city that do like mics and shows and stuff.
Yeah,
because it's a bigger city.
I have friends that have signed up for open mics. Literally told me there were 7 other comics. That was it. It was like an hour-long open mic, and that was it. I don't even remember what that feels like. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean that's sort of the stuff that I was dealing with in Philly. Maybe like closer to like 15 when was or whatever.
God,
it was a much smaller scene. But like, I think I had 2 or 3 comedy friends in Philly, because the rest of them sucked.
Yeah.
Like as people or as comics, and it was not. Excuse me. I don't know. Down here, I have 2-3 dozen comedy friends. Now, maybe a dozen of like good friends, and like half of that is like close, like bro up, like comedy friends. I didn't have a single like I was super close bro like with it was in the comedy scene in Philly at all. Like I had a couple like, oh yeah, hey man, and I'd go hang out with them at the mic because they didn't suck and they weren't a complete piece of shit, or didn't just like hate me for political reasons because of the kind of jokes that I was making.
Stupid.
So like the fact that that's a thing down here is pretty cool. Like you can kind of you don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to see the same fucking 8 people every time you go to sign up for a
That's true. I met a lot of nice people down here for sure. A lot of nice comics and shit from all over the country, which is cool. That's like the hype of it, but
yeah.
Just it's like a fishing hole, man. It's being overfished now. Now, no, you're not getting bites anymore because the fucking is fishermen shoulder to shoulder in this scene.
Well,
Where are we supposed to get goofy? You guys?
I was gonna return
got
to that.
real again.
Well, he's talked about moving, and I'm trying to be like, don't. You're probably like way closer to breaking that that membrane into the next level than you would be if you went home and started trying from scratch in New York. Because like you're getting opportunities. You've gotten a couple gigs. You're about to do a gig at like I think probably the easiest club to get past in if you don't care about politics and you're fun. And the whole city. Shout out Roscoe's.
Roscoe's is dope as fuck.
Roscoe's is the best.
My favorite club in town.
And it's because it's like it's about you being funny and the comics that show up for the mics even like they get the vibe. It's not about all that bullshit. It's about showing up, being funny, and not being a dickhead and being a professional. And like, fucking thank God for that place because that's what convinced me. I was like, okay, cool. I've gotten past that layer. I'll still do Roscoe mics. I do mics rarely outside of that aren't run by like friends of mine. Like I'll do Derek's mic
because you don't want to be there all night, probably.
I don't give a fuck. But also,
no, I'm saying you go to your friends' mics, so this way you don't go, because you go to a mic where you don't know the host, you might be there all fucking night.
No, I don't, because I don't ask for bumps. If they offer me one, I'll take it. But like, I'll sign up and be like, hey, put me on whenever you can. You know, I'm not one of those dudes like, I stopped going to the creek because if I ask for it, they'll bump me because, you know, I'm at a level where I can ask for that. Like, hey, what's up, dude? I always know the guy's name who's running the mic. And I'm like, you know who I am, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, can I go up in like 2 comics? I could do that. I have done that, and I don't like it. I've only usually done that if I have like some shit I gotta do. I'm like, hey, do you mind if I get up real quick? But, you know, when I go to mics that like are run by people that I you know, I'm like friends with, sometimes they'll offer it to me and I'm like, nah, just put me up. Somebody drops off a list or whatever, or I'll show up on time and sign up and just hang out and support their fucking mic. Because like, I don't know, I don't like that fucking, I don't know, it just seems, I get it if you're busy and you got something to do. I don't ever like shit on anybody about it, but I don't know.
That's well said. I think that was well said. It might be the high point of the whole thing. Well said, well said. That was philosophical, Dave, I would say. But yeah, let's try to come up with something chipper before we...
whatever, like, I'm doing better. These guys are, like you're saying, fucking... elbowing through, you know, around 100 angry, sad, homeless comics to fucking get 3 minutes. So I'm like, I get it, man. Like, I'm not trying to like dunk on these fools. You know what I mean? That seems shitty. And then usually I go up and I'm like, hey, I'm Dave, and everyone's like, this fucking guy's, you know, doing stuff. And then they get. And they're like, oh, hell yeah, you're very funny. And it's like, why did I come here? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's, you know, you just gotta put your time in, man. Like, I would say, I don't think coming to Austin is a bad idea if you've got your time put in. If you still are looking to, like, you still have a lot of material to build, I think you should stay in your hometown and come here when you're ready. That's my opinion of Austin.
This is my hometown, fuckers.
Well, that...
Watch out. You can't... Yeah.
Also, you're coming up way fast just for how good you are and how well you write and how much you take it seriously, and you got just like kind of gifted like this sort of beautiful in that because you're awesome, because you're funny and all this stuff too. If none of that were the case, you wouldn't have gotten that in. But you have it, and it's like fucking. You know, use that shit because it's gonna be like, you know, another 3,000 people that try to get that far into something right away. It's I don't know, it's cool as fuck, dude. It's
I'm
like
grateful for it.
You know, I don't know. It's because you're funny and shit. What was yeah, Goofy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's end on a weird note. Let's say.
A weird note.
Get Jiggy. Jiggy. I don't know.
Jiggy.
Just trying to think of a goofy word.
Jiggy's pretty goofy. I don't know. Are those from these lamps? Do you just take them off every time we're doing the pod, or do you just like rock like?
Oh, ever since I started podding, I just fucking lost the shade.
You bare mold that
Shadeless
shit.
now,
Okay.
yeah. I'm just free balling. All my lamps are just free balling now, pretty much. Just
It's lighting now. So they're not. It's not a lamp. It's
Well, it's
light.
well lit. I guess
They're like trans now.
You could
They
just like
changed gender. You know what I mean? My lights have changed their gender, and now they're shining brightly.
Oh, good for
The way it's
them.
supposed to be. The way it was hopefully going to turn out. You know.
What made you a sneaker guy?
What made me a sneaker guy?
Yeah.
Because I'm black.
Being sneaky. Oh.
It's because I'm black. my people really like sneakers.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of falling in line with my culture.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I always liked Michael Jordan. I I don't like all sneakers. I think a lot of the kids' shoes these days are pretty fucking dumb looking, to be honest with you. That's
Like the Trump sneakers?
The Trump sneakers are ridiculous. Kanye sneakers are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
If they weren't so insanely expensive, I would get Trump sneakers just to wear them on stage, just to have it be weird.
You gotta steal them though. Don't give them money.
Well, yeah, and I might like say that I stole them if I did.
Wouldn't it be ironic
That
if
would be maybe that would be I might trap myself on that one, but
wouldn't it be ironic if people just like stormed the shoe stores like it was the Capitol and just stole them all? Just to be ironic. Somebody goes in there with a buffalo head on and just like fucking steals like 3 boxes, just runs the fuck out with the Trump shoes. Just bring it up.
Are they gonna be in any
shoes.
outlets, or is it just gonna be like online? Probably online, right? Who would
yeah,
sell
probably not brick and mortar places.
What
That would be
place?
funny though.
Wouldn't it be funny if you bought the shoes and you take the insole out and just racial slurs written all over the bottom of the shoe? It's all Trump quotes, shithole
Oh my
country, grab him by the pussy, like all these fucking things. With just like a bald eagle's face or something behind it.
It's
I feel like you're describing the outside of the shoe.
Like the Trump shoes like are gold, then you spray them with water and they turn into rebel flag colored shoes. Oh god.
Oh no.
Just so you're safe at night, they turn into Jordans. Just so no like sketching people at night try to steal them, you know what I mean?
No, I think it would be really funny to wear them on stage and then just do my act like nothing's changed.
nothing's weird.
Yeah, nothing's weird. Just like it's fine. However, I feel like that might attract the wrong kind of audience.
Yeah, it's gonna. It's already just gonna be done. Gonna happen. Yeah.
What if I also did, just dress like myself, but had the Trump shoes on and a massive orange wig? Was that silly enough that it's like obviously a joke?
I mean, I would say the giant orange wig is where you got me. I was
Yeah.
like, now
That's what sells the idea.
definitely, dude. Yeah,
I think
he's
that'd
not
be
serious
funny.
about this. This guy,
You're not
that's what
gonna
the giant orange wig says.
accidentally make your fan base be neo-Nazis and just all right.
Yeah. I mean, I also I find myself unfortunately getting some of the wrong laughs every once in a while.
I know. I see it. I hear it. I hate it.
Like racist laughs. You're getting the occasional racist laugh.
Oh yeah, or like
Well,
that,
I'll do jokes
one
about
of his
race.
closers, like people will laugh like too soon, like too hard too soon before you do the punchline. It's like, oh, y'all just suck.
Oh, the trans one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That's
they,
why
they reveal themselves.
That's
and then you
why
get the actual
I
punch. It's
like wait for that extra moment, make the weird face, so maybe they're thinking they're laughing on the right side of the joke, and then I just hit him with like the cleanest, like not offensive joke. Even for the trans community joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that joke, but I have had times where I'm like, so the trans community. Before I even finish the joke, people are like, yeah, and I'm like,
yeah, fuck them. No, stop.
This is not a rally.
Some guy just yells from the crowd, "Do you have a dick or a pussy? You have to choose."
God.
And you're like, "No, you don't. Who cares?"
I remember I was at the dark comedy show at Roscoe's back in the summer. Like there's a couple like older, I think maybe veterans, maybe just racist, I don't know, dudes that were liking my comedy more than I wanted them to.
You're like, I want laugh, but not those kind of laughs.
Yeah, and it was just like, and like, I had some one-liners, and the dudes were like finishing them for me, and like excited that like their brain was at the same place as mine, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be fucked up.
Yeah.
You're not like agreeable.
You want to get laughs, you don't ever want to get a like, hell yeah, brother. Like if you ever get one of those from the crowd, you're like, ooh, I don't want one of those. I don't want one of those.
Yeah, especially when you just did like a joke about like the trans community or racism or black people or like abortion or stuff, and people are like, I have the one bit that's like, you know, I know you can't tell by my hair color, but I'm really stoked that Roe v. Wade got overturned, and I've gotten like woos when I say that, and I'm like, you have not heard the rest of the joke.
That's like when I do that bit about the baseball player that is a pedophile.
Yeah.
Or I guess not even a pedophile. Pedophile is not the right term. It's like statutory rape. Because the girls and him had like a mutual relationship, it's just they were like 16, which is still obviously not cool. But a lot of the times I'll just like say that he was a pedophile, and everybody starts laughing. And I'm like, no, like that's not funny, dude. Pedophilia is not funny. Let me make fun of him for being a pedophile, right?
Yeah.
Punch down, or up, excuse me. You know what I mean? I'm not on the side of pedophilia. I'm on the side of like making fun of him for being a pedophile. You know what I mean? But people just hear pedophile and like, hell yeah. I'm like, no, dude. That's not cool. We're supposed to make fun of him for being one because that's bad. You know what I mean?
And also like, that's a very dark and strange audience member that's like,
It's
fuck
happened.
yeah, pedophilia.
Yeah, I'll say that he's been accused of having sex with numerous underage women in his native Dominican Republic. And
People are like,
start
"Woo!"
laughing. We'll start laughing. I'm like,
Oh my
that's the
God.
least funny part of the bit, dude. Out of all the funny parts, that's the least funny. Kind of gross. Let's make fun of him though for being fucked up.
Well, yeah,
That's the goal.
It's got to be clever, you know. I mean, and it's always a gaffe. Like when you're like, you know, like, oh, like I murdered a girl in my apartment. It's not because that's a good thing to do. It's because it's an absurd thing to admit to a crowd of people.
Yeah.
You know. Not an admittance, obviously a joke. To be clear. Allegedly, Google. Allegedly, Google. Allegedly.
Google.
I don't think
Or Google it.
allegedly Google is admissible in court. Just, you know, FYI.
Based on what? Because me and Google are pretty tight. I do all my services there, so shout out to Google. I'm one of the good ones.
I'm more of a Craigslist
Oh
guy.
my god, are you
myself.
trying to get sponsored by Google? Put a gun in my mouth. Anyway, thanks Google. Anyway.
I'm gonna have to purchase one first, but you know that'll be pretty easy. Basically, geographically at least. That's a joke about Texas gun laws. I don't know. Whatever. They'll be winners. Yeah. Did we do it? Did we do it, guys?
I think we fucking
I think
did
we
the
did
shit
it.
out of it.
I think we did it.
Did the shit right out of
It
it.
is done.
Cool.
It has been did.
Well, I'm gonna try to get these guys released before the No Offense show on the 23rd. All three of your
Yes.
obviously complicated podcasters will be there. Be
We'll be there.
that day.
That's gonna be a show. It's already a great show, but it continues to be a great show.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
gonna be better when you're.
it's fucking cool.
You
It's
knew
gonna
it.
be awesome.
I fucking love you.
You can check out
God
Anthony
damn you,
Moan
Stevie.
at Anthony Moan
God damn you.
Comedy.
In a good way.
Check out Stevie at Made for Stevie Movie. Check out me right here or on my Instagram at Dave Borowski, just like
Yes.
where you're currently at.
Yes.
We're thinking about doing Patreon stuff where we talk about even darker, funnier shit. So stay tuned for that. And if I could just get everyone that's watched this to write, do not leave Austin just yet, Anthony, in the comments below. That'd be very appreciated. Anyway, stay safe, squad. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Fuck off.